Another one? You want another live stream? All right, let's go. What's up, guys? Fears, audience, fears. What up? Welcome to the Fears podcast. I'm your host, Fears. What's up? That's right, MTV shirt on, Legends of the Hidden Temple hat. I thought I would rock it, I was like, I haven't rocked this hat in quite a while, so why not? All right, well, without further ado, we got lots to talk about today. Let me open up that chat, let me get a mosey, and let me get a rockin'. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Hope you guys are doing absolutely bloody fantastic. There we are. Okay. There we are. There we go. Thank you so much for the number one like. I appreciate that. We got one like so far. Thank you for the second like. I'm telling you, you guys are rocking on those likes. You guys give Fears so many likes, so much love, so much views and comments. I can't thank the loyal fans. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. You know what? We may be little. We may not have a lot of fans, but I'm honored to have the fans that I do have. So, TikTok is doing pretty good. YouTube's doing pretty good. Let's see. What you know what? I haven't told you guys how many new subs I've got on YouTube. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's see. On the main channel, I think I was like at 2,390. Now I'm at 2,492. So, I mean, we are halfway to 3,000, or almost halfway. Almost halfway. We're getting there. We are getting there. And then on the vlog channel, I'm at 1,370. So we're getting close to 2,000 on the main channel and almost 3,000 on the main almost 3,000 on the main channel and almost 2,000 on the vlog channel. So we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Whoever said getting subs on YouTube and getting support was easy was lying to you guys. Was lying, cuz Fears has worked over 10 years to get his subs to where they are now. I started back in, I think it's over 10 years. Over 10 years. It's, let's see here, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 10 years right there. 10 years. 2018, 2019, 20, 21, 22. 23. That is, let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've been on YouTube for 16 years. 16 years I've been on YouTube. That's a long time. That is a long time. Anyway, I talked to Randy today. Unfortunately, he can't. I was going to invite him on the show today. Unfortunately, he can't make it. I'm going to try and call Mike, though. I'm going to try to call Mike to see if he wants to come onto the show. Randall said he was visiting a friend today. I did talk with him. He's going to start working again on Fears Man this Sunday. So we are so close to Fears Man 5. What up, Visions? Visions, you got here just at the right nick of time, my friend. Fears just started. I was just starting to do all the updates. I'm going to continue to do the updates, and then, guys, we're going to talk about a little bit of Blobbage, and then the epic journey of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What's up, Larry? How you been, buddy? Good to see you. I watched both of them last night before work. Visions, very good. You were not kidding. It's not that I didn't believe you, but I was like, you know what? I got to sit down and watch this myself. I loved this film. Loved it. And I'm not just saying that. It was so good. It's like classic 80s. They had the fog. They had the mist in there, It's in a small town. The Blob is taking over. The Blob is killing people in like crazy ways. I'm going to tell you guys my 2 favorite deaths here in just a moment. We're going to break it down. I cannot wait to watch the 1950s version. I'm going to try to find it on eBay or Amazon tonight. I'm sure I could find it. Just write in 1950s The Blob. I'm sure it'll pop up. I want to see how much it is on eBay, Amazon. If it's too much there, then I'm going to look on Etsy. I'm going to look a couple of places. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Cheers to you guys. Coffee first. In my Lord Randall's mug. There we are. If you guys want this mug, want this exact mug, you guys know what to do. Get on the horn with Lord Visions. Go to his website. Send him an email. You can send him an email on www.exhumvisions.com, and I'm sure he'll make you one. Visions does take commissions, because he's done a commission. Actually, we've done... How many commissions have we done, Visions? We did... 1 so far. We've done one so far. And my God, was it a commission? I was like, Visions, do you think you can pull off a Fears Vlogs mug? And he was like, yeah, Fears, I can do whatever you want. And I was like, sweet! I'm like, how much? He's like, $24, Fears. I was like, schnunk, there you are. There you are. And within a week, he works fast. Visions works fast. I think I got it within a week. So, and I was drinking coffee out of my official Fears Vlogs mug within a week. And I was like, hell yes. Hell yes. Anyway, big shout out to Visions. Big shout out to Larry. Thank you for the 2 likes. I appreciate it. I haven't decided what I'm going to watch tonight. I'm thinking about Visions. I'm thinking about watching Jack Frost 2, The Revenge of the Killer Mutant Snowman. I think I'm going to watch that tonight. I haven't decided, though. By the end of this stream, I will tell you, I'm looking over at my Blu-rays, and I will tell you guys either what 1 movie I'm going to watch so we can review it tomorrow, or what 2 movies I'm going to watch by the end of this stream. Don't let me forget. Do not let me forget. Thank you for the 4 likes. I really appreciate that. Anyway. Big news, big news. Jeff wanted me to tell you guys about this. This is a new update on his show. So if you guys are in the area on August 12th and 13th, we've got the Lakeland, Florida Collectors Fest coming up. I'm probably gonna go to that one. I was gonna skip it, but I'm probably gonna go now because Jeff wrote me today. And he went, Fears, you remember at Super RetroCon last year? I went, oh yeah. I'm like, I was there, I remember. And he goes, well, I've got 2 things for you. And I said, yeah. I said, lay them on me. Lay them on me. I said, what's going on? And he said, well, first of all, Fears, where the hell is the footage? I went, I know. I'm like, I apologize. It's coming. And I said, I've just been busy working, laziness sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. I said, it's coming. And he went, well, try to get that footage up ASAP. And I went, why is that? He went, because someone that you interviewed the last time is coming to the Lakeland one. I was like, oh yeah? I'm like, which one's that? And he goes, do you remember interviewing Keith Coogan? I went, I do! And if you guys don't know who Keith Coogan is, he was in a lot of 80s movies. He was in Adventures in Babysitting. He played Brad in that. He was also in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. And he played Kenny with the long flowing hair, and he had like the black leather jacket. And then he was all like, hey man, we can rip off my mom's MasterCard again. Master the possibilities. That fucking guy. And I was like, oh shit, Keith Coogan is coming back. So I cannot wait to interview him a second time. I said, Jeff, I said, can you make it happen? And he went, well, haven't you already interviewed him, Fears? I said, yeah, but I said he's a celebrity. I said, I could get some more footage, for your website, Jeff. I said I could get some more footage for your Facebook, because Jeff has not dug in deep yet to YouTube. And I told him, you should get yourself a YouTube channel. And I told Jeff, I said, if you paid me, Jeff, I said I would edit some videos for your Florida Toy Show and Expo YouTube channel. And he went, well, he goes, let me think about it, Fierce. And I went, okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So he said, oh, yeah. He goes, Fierce. He goes, I can definitely, I can definitely, like, tell Keith that you want to interview him again. I said, well, give him a heads up. Give him a heads up. I said, because at the convention, I'm going to ask him again, hey, Jeff said it was okay to interview you. I got some more updated questions for you. And I've already started preparing my questions. Because you guys know me, when I do an interview, I don't half-ass it. I'm always prepared. I am always prepared. Thank you for the 6 likes. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. What's up, Larry? He said, when can I tell you the plot of the Fears Man movie featuring Ghostbusters? Larry, you can tell me right now. Tell me the plot right now. Larry said, should I tell Randy? You can tell Randy if you'd like, but I want to know it first because you know me. I love Ghostbusters more than Randy. Unfortunately, Randy can't be on the show today. I asked Randy if he wanted to be on the show, and he said he was visiting a friend. But I'm going to call Mike right now and see if Mike wants to come in for a couple of minutes. So give me 1 second. I hope Mike can come in. Mike has already done his voice work. Because I'm already playing 2 parts in Fears Man 5, right? So I said, Rando, it wouldn't make sense if I played a 3rd character. You know, I said, I can only change my voice so much. And then Rando was like, well, why don't we just get someone else, Fears? And I said, you know what? I said, my friend Mike has been dying to be in a Fears Man. And then Randy was like, do you want to get one of the fans in there? I said, we've already gotten some of the fans in there for episode 5. I said, maybe in episode 6. Visions, I would like for you to do some voice work, either in Fears Man 6 or Fears Man 7. But I'm going to have to talk with Visions and be like, do you want to play a villain? Do you want to play yourself? Do you want to play a good guy? Do you want to play a bad guy? So, no rush, Visions. No rush. Anyway, let's call Mike and see if he's available. Let's call Mike and see if he's available. You know what? First, let's contact Tommy NC 2010. Let's see if he's in. Let's see.
Hey, bud, what's up?
Tommy NC 2010. What's up? Hey, I hope you don't mind. I'm doing a live stream right now, and I told the fans that I was going to give you a call because I hadn't talked to you in a little while. You got like 5 or 6 minutes to talk?
Sure, yeah. I'm not doing anything right now.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know that we're live, and so the fans can hear you. So I didn't want you to be surprised. So, buddy, the first thing I want to say is, man, I had so much fun when you were in town, man. So much fun.
I did too. I had a lot.
It was amazing, and I'd say one of the highlights. I mean, there was many highlights of the trip, Tommy, but one of the main highlights was doing a TikTok with you. That TikTok is booming, man, on your channel and on my channel. It's booming.
I guess one of the highlights is that you wanted to strangle me the whole entire time when I was with you.
No. The only time you got my nerves is when you kept shooting me with that Nerf gun, and I had to give you the Fears evil eye. I was like, Tommy, enough with the fucking Nerf gun, buddy. That was the only time. Any other time, I had so much fun. But no, I'm telling you, that I looked at your channel, Tommy, on TikTok. That one is booming. That one that we made, that TikTok that we made. And I got
breaking up, John. I don't know what you're breaking up. I can't hear you too well.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you real well. You're breaking up.
Hang on, I'll call you back, buddy. Hang on. I'm gonna call Tommy back. The internet is shot right now. Hang on, give me a second.
Johnny number 5.
Hey, can you hear me now, buddy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, the internet must have cut out. No, what I was saying is, I said, when you were in town, I said, I thought that that short film that we did on TikTok was great, man. But I said, because I've told my fans many times, I've always wanted to die on camera. I thought, like, an epic death on camera would be cool. Like, how great would it be to get killed by Snake Plissken? How great would it be to get killed by Lord Vader? Or how great would it be to get, like, somebody gnaws on your neck, like, you know, from a walker off The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, Tommy, I would be honored to be killed by the... Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I don't know what's going on. The internet, like the live stream is fine. You know, the live stream is fine. Hang on. Maybe the internet is just crapping out. Well, I'll call Tommy on the phone if I have to. I don't know what the hell's going on. Technical difficulties. Give me 1 second. Technical difficulties.
Hey, John.
Yo, hey, hopefully this works better, buddy. Like, the internet has been cutting out ridiculously. So what were you going to say?
What was I saying?
You said, have I seen that video? And then I said, I think I've seen that video.
Well, and they say that the hero will stand.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stand here and wait.
Yeah, that one was good. And then also, I love the one, Tommy. I did one myself. Remember, like, you've done a few of them where that song comes on, like, welcome to the limit, welcome to the limit, and then, like, you go nuts in it. I've done a few of those, too. I've done 2 so far on my TikTok, and I was rolling. It's like, welcome to the limit, welcome to the limit. And I was like, oh, and a classic 80s song pops in. You got Tommy NC 2010 with the flowing mustache and the flowing hair. I was like, this is fucking great.
Welcome to the limit. Welcome past the way.
Exactly, buddy. Exactly. Well, anyway, I just wanted to see how you were doing, man. What have you been up to the last couple of weeks, last couple of months since the last time I saw you when you came here?
Work.
I hear that.
Work. Went to a Monday Night Raw show. Went to go see Gabriel Iglesias.
Wow. So what? How long ago did you go to the Raw show? Like a couple months back, or 2 weeks ago?
It was a couple months back. I can't. It was.
Did you go? Did you go right after you got back from your Florida trip, seeing me?
No, it was a little bit after my trip coming down to see you. Because wasn't that March that I was down there?
That was. Let's see. We're in July now, almost August. I believe it was April. It was either April or May, buddy. It wasn't March.
Yeah, it was May.
It was May. It was May.
May, because in April, I had saved some. That was some money tucked away from my tax refund, the money that I was using while I was down seeing you.
Oh, nice. And you know what, buddy?
I had to save up like $180.
Not only was it a good time seeing you, buddy, and we caught up and stuff, but I'm so glad that you got to go visit your dad, because that's important. I'm so glad you got to hang out with your mom, and you got to go see your other dad, or your real dad, you know. So that was cool. So yeah.
My biological. I call them biological.
No, but I meant like your real, like the dad that you call the real dad, because like he passed away, and you said you went to go visit him. So that was good. You got to go visit him, which is awesome. Because I recently went to go visit my dad when I was in Missouri. Me and my mom went. We actually went twice, and we bought a bunch of flowers. And I got to have a one-on-one conversation with my dad, and I'm gonna make my dad a tribute video here soon. And I got a whole bunch of footage. I said, hey, Mom, I got my mom's blessing. I was like, Mom, is it cool if like I get a video clip of like Dad's grave and like the surrounding area? And I said I'm gonna put a bunch of music that was at his funeral. I had my mom write down all the music that was at his funeral. And I may not use all of it. I'm going to use some of the music from his funeral, and I'm going to make him a big ass tribute video, buddy. And I'm going to put it on the main channel.
That's good, John. That's very good to honor your father. Like that.
Well, I mean, he deserves it. My dad pretty much did. He was like the ultimate man's man. He did anything and everything. Like he got the lady of his dreams. He got a kick-ass job. He was in the army. He got to be on a TV show once. So that was right when he got back from the army. They were interviewing veterans, and I don't remember. It was some 80s show that they invited my dad on, and I was like, "That's fucking awesome." It was an old 80s 90s show. I don't remember what it was called. I should ask my mom, because my mom videotaped it off of the television, like the old VHS style. My mom's got the tape somewhere.
Nice.
And my dad was in like a kick-ass suit, man. It was so cool. I saw a bit of it when I was a kid, buddy. I didn't see the whole episode, but they were interviewing people about being in the Army and what's it like being in the Army, and they interviewed my dad about his 2 jobs in the Army, and then they interviewed other, like,
Johnny.
Did I lose you, buddy?
Yes.
My internet sucks. My internet sucks, man. Did you hear any of that that I was talking about?
Yes, I heard about your father, about everything about the tribute video for your father.
No, I was saying after that, I was saying my dad. I said the reason why my dad. What the hell?
Do you have Facebook on your phone?
I do have Facebook on my phone. What's going on?
I'm gonna hang it up on your. It's trying to call you through your phone also.
Okay, give me 1 second. God, so many technical difficulties. Oh. All right, we're good. God, so many technical difficulties. What the hell, man? No, I was saying after that, I said my dad deserves a tribute video because my dad did it all. My dad was in the Army. My dad got the lady of his dreams. And then I was trying to tell you, my dad was on a television show in the 80s and 90s. They were interviewing people about being in the Army and like their jobs and stuff. I didn't know if you heard that, so.
That's all good things right there about your father. Yeah. My father was exactly like your father. Like, he was a man's man. He was old-fashioned. He didn't believe in a lot of technology. He was a hard worker. We mostly lived in Florida most of our lives. Oh, he was a native Floridian.
Now, the difference between my dad and your dad, Tommy, my dad loved technology. My dad loved it. My dad embraced the technology. My dad had a tablet. He had an iPhone. He had not one computer, but 2 computers. He had a computer at home, and then his company gave him some kick-ass computer like in his office. So my dad was all about technology. He was like, bring it on. More technology, the better, baby.
Not my dad. My dad was more like, be caveman. Me have phone. Me don't like phone.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. You know.
He was unique. He was an outdoors man, and he would do everything he could. And when we moved up here to North Carolina, that's when he just exploded and became more of an outdoors guy. Okay. Chainsaws, four wheelers, just. He is what you call the outdoor man.
Did you and your dad ever go axe throwing, Tommy? That's my new thing. I've went axe throwing twice so far.
No, I don't think we ever went to axe throwing. Really,
I love axe throwing. Love it. I did it once. I did it once with my friend Sam, and then I think I've told the fans. Well, if I haven't told them, now they're gonna know. I did some axe throwing on my Missouri trip, and I got some footage of me. I got a couple of bullseyes on my trip, so that's fucking cool.
Nice.
I mean, dead center bullseyes.
My father was a hard working. He worked most of his time in insurance in Florida. That's where he built up the financials to build the house up here.
Nice.
And he retired from insurance, and then the economy crashed, if you remember that.
Oh, yes. I remember. Oh, yeah.
And he had to kind of come out of retirement, and that's when he became a real estate agent. And
nice.
He continued that for the longest time, and he did a really good job at being a real estate agent.
That's awesome, buddy. That's awesome. Well, listen, I know that your dad and my dad right now, they're cracking open some beers, man. They're just chilling.
Oh, yeah.
They're just cracking open some beers, buddy. That's right. Well, I just wanted to say hello real quick. So what are you doing? Any big plans for the weekend, buddy? I've got a couple of plans this weekend, but what are you doing this weekend?
Not much. I am going to go see Sound of Freedom.
Nice. I haven't seen it yet, so let me know if it's yay or nay on the watch factor.
Apparently, it's very controversial because the media is trying to destroy it because this is a movie they say you should not go watch.
Yeah, but Tommy, you can't listen to those guys because it's fucking Hollywood, and Hollywood, it's all filled with like fake people and shit, and like, of course they're gonna be like, oh no, like don't watch it. Americans can make their own mind up. People are going to watch it if they want to, so, fuck Hollywood,
And I'm trying to go see the new film about the atomic bomb. Heimenberg, or...
I've seen the trailer. It looks all right. It looks pretty good. It looks all right. We'll see.
I studied about the atomic bomb when I was in high school.
Nice.
And the dude was like a baller. Like the dude was like a genius, and he put all these scientists together from Germany, including Albert Einstein.
Oh, there you go.
Like, they were trying to end the war, and ultimately they would create one of the most deadly weapons of the century of that modern time.
Tommy, go ahead and solve this equation for me. E equals MC squared. Go ahead and solve that one for me.
I'm not.
Solve it, Tommy, now. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that, buddy. I have no idea.
John, I was just thinking about the other day. I was watching Big Bang Theory, and I'm like, who does John remind me of off of Big Bang Theory?
Leonard. I'm Leonard. I'm short like Leonard. When I was young, I had those big, thick glasses like Leonard wears. Obviously, I'm not Sheldon because I'm not 6'2" like Jim Parsons. I'm like Johnny Galecki is like 5'6", 5'7". I'm probably the most like Leonard.
Interesting fact. You want to know where Leonard got one of his first gigs as an actor?
I know one of his first gigs. He was like 7 or 8 in Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Yes, but also, if you know it, he also was on Roseanne.
Yes, he was. He was.
He played the boyfriend of Becky. Not Becky, but it was the other daughter with the dark hair, the sarcastic one.
It was Darlene. Darlene,
yes. He dated Darlene, and then Becky dated her rebellious boyfriend, which the parents hated his guts.
Yeah. Becky's boyfriend, it was that dumbass. He was called Mark or something. Mark?
Yeah, Mark. And then ended up, the Connors Roseanne's family just ended up adopting both of them because the parents were like garbage parents, basically.
Pretty much. I mean, it was a middle-class family. They had, I wouldn't call them garbage. They were just middle-class. They weren't rich. They weren't poor. They were just in the middle, and they were trying to make ends meet. So I wouldn't really call them garbage parents, but...
I recently have been watching the Connors because... About the Connors, I've been trying not to watch the Connors because I'm really mad.
I haven't watched it yet. I've got the entire season of Roseanne over there. Like, I think they made 8 or 9 seasons. I've got the entire thing. I watched it for my fans. I reviewed it. But I haven't dug into the Connors yet because, Tommy, look. You see all this right here? I bought some of those, and people have bought me. Randy gave me that. Randy gave me the other one. I bought Galactica, Smallville, Transformers, Norwegian Exposure, Crazy Love, Beetlejuice. That's all the television shows I have to watch. So I don't need anything new as of right now.
John, did you hear that they because of the writer's strike, the multiple movies have come to an end. Not an end, but a halt right now because of the writers and the actors strike.
So fill me in.
Why is on a hiatus right now, and Deadpool 3 is on hiatus right now.
Fill me in. Why is there a writer's strike?
Because the Hollywood doesn't want to pay their actors enough.
See what I mean, Tommy? Fake fucking people. Why wouldn't they want to pay their actors? You can't make a movie.
They don't want to pay the writers either.
That is so stupid. You can't make a movie without writers. You can't make a movie without actors. Pay them. If they do a job, you should get paid for that job. Fucking Hollywood. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't move to California. I'm so glad I made the right choice. Just focus on my own content, Tommy. Nothing against the dude. I'm like me and the dude are friends. He worked in Hollywood. That's cool. He worked on amazing movies like, Batman vs. Superman. I would have cut off my left arm just to sit in the Batmobile like the dude did. That's great. But when you start fucking with people's income and start fucking with people's lives, that's so dumb. That's so fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. And Hollywood, they're just money-grubbing, idiots. Like, oh, yeah, we're not going to pay you. Or if we do pay you, then we're going to pay you, like, a less amount. Anyway, so Tommy, when did all this stuff start? So when did the writers stuff start?
John, the writers have been on strike for a while.
Okay.
But now the actors are on strike now. and that they have not. Those writers and actors have not been on strike since the late 50s.
Well, listen. If I was an actor, I wasn't getting paid the right amount of money, and people were fucking me over, I would go on strike too. That's so dumb, so dumb.
Yeah.
So, when did they start this new strike? Was it like
just recently?
Okay, so just recently. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends, Jenny Lorenzo, I saw that she posted some stuff. She posted on her Twitter. She had a picket sign, and she was protesting too. So I guess it's affecting everyone, which is so fucked up.
Hollywood is officially right now. If you're wanting to watch any of your favorite sitcoms or talk shows, you can't, because all the actors and celebrities are on the picket line right now, trying to get a better deal.
Well, as they should, because if Hollywood, if these big ass producers or whoever's supposed to pay them does not pay them the right amount of money for the gig, then obviously, I almost called you Randall. I'm sorry. Obviously, humans aren't going to work for free. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, all right, well, if you're not going to pay me, fuck you. I'm going to leave. Or either pay me for the job or fuck you. I'm out of here. You know. Yeah. So I understand why like the strike's going on right now. It's just why are people so dumb and they have to get to this point in order for those idiots to wake up? You know, it does not make sense to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, buddy. So what else you got going on this weekend?
Not much. Just I have to work. I have to work on Saturday. I'm not excited about that. I have to work on Saturday, and then I'll probably just be chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunday I'm off. I'm probably not doing much unless Justin hits me up. If whenever you do come up here, like if you want to do some stuff like filming wise or videos.
Yeah. Tommy, when I come to visit you, I think the better question is why wouldn't we film? Why wouldn't we film? When I come to visit you, we're going to be filming all day, every day, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. From dusk till dawn, baby. That's right. From dusk till dawn. By the way, I forgot to
trash bags.
I forgot to tell you, buddy. I haven't had chance yet to put up our vlog yet. I know you haven't either. So bear with me. Bear with me. Our vlog is coming. I told the fans.
I understand. In my vlog, I mean, it's don't get me started on my vlog.
What? Justin hasn't had time to edit?
No, he doesn't edit it. Merely, he's just been busy with real estate, so I haven't been able to talk with him about it yet.
Well, you can deliver a message from Fears. Hey, Justin, get your head out of your ass and start editing some Tommy NC 2010 amazing content. You know?
Maybe, I don't know. I'll talk to him about it.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Don't say that to Justin because I don't want him. I don't want to start waves. I don't know who Justin is. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
He is. He's a good guy. I've been working with him for a while now.
Good.
He's the one that really turns my videos cinemastic, or not cinemaster, cinemastic.
I got you. I understand, buddy. I understand.
By the way, did you watch the dog punch video?
I did. Wait, was that on your TikTok?
It was on my TikTok, my Facebook, and YouTube. I think I've seen that one. Don't quote me on that one. I don't. No, you know what? I don't think I have. I've been trying to. You'll get a good chuckle out of that one. It's a really good video.
Before I go to bed tonight, I'll take a gander. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, buddy. Bye. I just wanted to see how you were doing. Hope you're doing good. This weekend, I've only got 2 things planned. Sunday, I've got church because I have not went to church in about a month. I've just been so busy. So I am going to church Sunday. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then tomorrow, I'm going to the Tampa, Florida Firefighters Museum. It's free. All you have to do is it's free to take the tour. They just like donations, and so it's for a great charity. Basically, it's the Firefighters Association. So if somebody gets hurt in the line of duty, like if they get burned or they break a bone, then that money, all those donations, goes to help pay for like their hospital bills to get, everything repaired on them. Or if somebody dies in the course of their duty, then that money goes to their family. So I thought about like donating like 20, 30, 40 bucks, something like that. I'll probably donate a good chunk of change, buddy.
That's really good, John. John, I have a question. Would you ever, at any point when someone says a particular word, you kind of crack it up? You go back to the first grade and you kind of crack up a little bit?
Wait, what was the question again?
You ever hear a word and like you kind of just like feel like a first grader and you just kind of crack up when someone says it?
Yes, my friend Trent. My friend Trent is hysterical. Anytime Trent tries to make me laugh, it doesn't take much out of Trent. Trent is probably one of the most funniest guys I've ever met in my entire life. He'll do anything for a laugh, Tommy. When we were young, me, my buddy Eric, my buddy Tom, my buddy Jesse, we watched Trent lick a piece of candy across the gym floor, and we were in utter chaos. We didn't tell him to do this. He went, you know what, Fierce, fuck it. I'm going over there. You see that little piece of candy on the floor? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, Fierce, watch this. And I'm like, you're not going to do what I think you're going to do, right? And he goes, oh, I'm doing it. And I'm like, well, Trent, you don't have to. He goes, oh, Fierce, I'm fucking doing it. I'm like, all right.
Did he get sick after he did this?
No, he did not get sick. I couldn't believe. He just licked it right across the floor. And then he grabbed it off the floor and went, you know what, Fierce, I like it so much. And he fucking like ate the whole thing and then he just walked off. I could not believe he did it. I was in utter chaos. He almost killed me of a cardiac arrest because I was laughing so hard. I was on the floor dying. It was great. So yeah, so to the answer to that question is anything that Trent usually says will make me giggle and pretty much turn me into a second grader because he's fucking hilarious.
My ex-teacher is that way too. There's certain people in my life that will say something and I'll fall out laughing.
Yeah.
But for a second you were like, I know you were talking about firefighters, but when you said duty, I chuckled.
Oh, duty? Bit. Yeah. Well, not that type of duty, but no, I get you, Tommy. Yeah. In the line of duty, not duty like, hey, I need to take a duty, you know? Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Shame on you, Tommy. Shame on you.
One of your trolls is going to take that clip and like...
I don't care. Fuck them, Tommy. I could care less.
You know, John, the funny thing between me and you, there's a difference. Like, I think me and you are like Bizarro. I'm like Superman, and you're like Bizarro Superman.
Listen, I like them both. I like Bizarro. I like Superman. That doesn't matter, Tommy. No matter what you...
I hate Superman. I actually hate Superman. I just...
Shame on you! Why do you not like Superman before I go? Why? Why all the hate? He's great.
Because he's like he has all these abilities and like, you know, you can't die except if you hit him with like kryptonite. Like, he's like, why should he have all these superpowers?
He's great, Tommy. The only thing I don't like about him is the whole Clark Kent getup. I'm like, you're an idiot. Everybody knows that you go behind a building and you comb your hair with a little fucking curl and like you take off your glasses. That's the most stupidest disguise ever. Because if you were using it in real life, like I could see maybe it would work out if like he had a beard and like a mustache, and then when he transformed into Superman, the beard and mustache went away, and he ripped off the glasses. Then I could maybe see it. But he doesn't have a beard, he doesn't have a mustache. He just puts on glasses, he takes off glasses, and then the only other thing that's different, he has like a little like curl, and that's it. That is it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I hate about Superman. Everything else I love about Superman.
I think Bruce Wayne knows, and there's been a few animated episodes of the Batman or the Superman show.
I think he does too. I think like Bruce Wayne / Batman just likes to fuck around with like Superman's mind. He's like, you know what? You're an idiot. Yeah, I get it. I know who you are. And then Superman's like, no, you're not. And he's like, oh, like, listen, fucko. I know who you are. I know you. Don't even play that. Don't even go there. I know you're Clark Kent, so just like pull your head out of your ass. Quit the charade. I know what the hell's going on, you know? So, yeah. He needs a better disguise. I get it, the Daily Planet, he's a nerd, or kind of a nerd, or he's betraying a nerd, whatever. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd, I'm a nerd. He just needs a better disguise. Put on glasses, put a fake beard on, I don't know, something. He needs to work on it, Tommy. That part I will agree with you. Everything else I love about Superman, but to each their own. Who's your favorite superhero, then? If you don't like Superman, who's your favorite?
Batman, but like...
Batman's good.
I like Batman, but I like the villains. Joker and Two-Face are my two favorite villains.
Oh, so you like the villains more?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Joker, he's psychotic. He's random. He has an awesome style.
Random.
Harvey Two-Face is one of those dudes that his morality is surrounded by a coin that he has to make decisions to judge someone's fate.
Yeah, I hear
you.
I
always thought that was cool about the two-faced lawyer that has turned to crime because his reality is ruined.
I guess my favorite villains are probably, it's a split between the Joker, Mr. Freeze, and probably the Penguin. Those are my three favorites. So, yeah. Anyway, Tommy, it was great talking with you. I got to go, but I got to get back to the show, man.
I'll see you, John.
All right. Keep in touch. Have a great weekend. I'll try to call you on Sunday or Monday, buddy, but God bless.
God bless you.
Hey, all right. Bye. Peace out, Tommy. All right, guys. That was Tommy NC 2010. I didn't expect it to go that long, but hey, it's always awesome hanging out with some Tommy NC 2010. Sorry, let me get back to the chat. Visions, are you still here? Larry, you still here? Eddie, are you still here? Hopefully everyone's still here. Thank you for the 6 likes. Let me scroll back. I'm going to try to get to all the comments. I think the last part we left on, Eddie said, "What's up, Fears? What's up, Eddie?" Eddie says, "The stream is lit, boys." Vision said, "It's on fire." And then, of course, Eddie says, "Visions, you better be a good boy." What is it? What is it with you telling everyone to be good little boys and girls? Eddie, I'm not judging, but it's kind of creepy. It's kind of freaking me out just a little bit. I'm just saying, it's a little creepy. Anyway, Larry said, "What did we miss? Had to be something good. The stream is partying. Good times, buddy. So happy I made it here. Tommy rocks." Tommy does rock. Tommy's a good guy. It did. It kept on freezing, Larry. I don't know if it was on my end or Tommy's end, but the internet was just lacking. I don't know what was going on. So, yeah. But, yeah. No, it was awesome hanging out with Tommy. And you know what? You guys will soon see the vlog. Oh, God. Me and Tommy, what did we do in the vlog? We went to eat. We wrestled in a wrestling ring. I don't want to give too much away, but it is going to be worth the fucking wait. I kid you not. The Tommy NC 2010 show is going to be mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. It's going to be fucking great. Anyway. All right. Anyway. Hopefully Visions is still here. Let's get to the reviews. All right. Visions. Whoo! I watched this last night. Okay. There is so many cameos in this movie. Visions, I was just waiting for a Dick Miller cameo to come in. Because Dick Miller, he's been in everything. He was the guy that got shot by the Terminator, for God's sakes. That's quite a feather to have in anyone's hat. You know what I'm saying? He was in Chopping Mall. He was in Demon Knight. That guy's been in everything. So no Dick Miller cameo. I was a little disappointed, Visions, that he wasn't in this. But the rest of the movie was fan-fucking-tastic. I've never seen the 1950s version. The 1950s version. I watched the trailer the other day. The trailer is utterly spectacular. It is amazing. Literally, it's so good. I highly suggest it. The 80s is great. I remember a while back I watched the trailer. Visions, I think it was Visions and Pixel was like, "Fears, you've got to watch the Blob, the 1980s version." And I went, all right. So I Googled the trailer. And I was like, this is pretty good. This is really good. I watched it last night. Visions, look at this. Shit tons of bonus features. The only thing I haven't watched yet, I haven't watched the cast and crew commentary. I may watch the commentary tonight. Before I go to work tonight. I don't have to be at work until 3:45 because I get off early tomorrow morning. That's why I'm going to the firefighters museum. I've been wanting to go to that museum for like a year now, and I just haven't had time. So I thought, all right, you know what? After work tomorrow, come home, get a shower, boom, right to the firefighters museum, get some footage, make a vlog. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to pick my 2 favorite deaths. There's so many great deaths in this. Visions, be sure to drop your 2 favorite deaths. My 2 favorite deaths, there's a woman that is running away from the blog. from the Blob. Excuse me, not the blog, the Blob. She runs into a telephone booth. You know it's from the 80s because a telephone booth doesn't exist in 2023. And if it does still exist, it's in some random country bumpkin like hillbilly town that a payphone actually still exists. I'm sure there's some that still exist out there, but far and few between. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I'm glad you're still here, Visions. I was trying to wrap it up with Tommy, but then he kept going on and on and on, and then I was like, well, I'll do a little mini interview. I'm like, the fans love Tommy NC 2010. I love Tommy NC 2010. So the first death that I love, Visions, is she runs into a telephone booth to report that a guy got sucked down the drain from the Blob. And all of a sudden the Blob's like, oh, I don't think so. Fuck you, lady. And the Blob just consumes the telephone booth. It breaks the glass, and all this liquid just goes all over, kills her lickety-split. So that was the first death I liked. The second death, I don't really like. Nobody likes violence towards children. So the only scene I didn't like, there was two kids trying to escape the Blob, and the Blob consumes one of the kids. And I'm like, well, that always sucks when kids die in movies. I never liked that. So that was one death I did not like. But the next death I liked, I'd say my favorite one is the telephone booth death. The second one, probably when the old man, Visions, died in the hospital. They pull the blanket back, and he is just fucking melted beyond belief. He's got an eyeball hanging out and shit, you know? And then, from his waist down, it's just this putty, oozy type of shit. And then you see the Blob, it half consumes the old man, and then half of it, the Blob is on the fucking ceiling. And then that young guy that gets with the hot chick, he almost gets with the hot chick. He's got a first date. But on the first date, he dies. He looks up, the Blob jumps down, kills that guy. The girl comes to his aid. Which, by the way, fun fact, Visions, the hot girl, this girl right here, the hot girl, she was in tons of 80s movies. I don't know if she did this before summer school. She was in summer school. She played a hot, sexy girl that gets pregnant, and she goes to summer school. So, yeah. So, she was in that. So, I don't know her name. I would presume her name is, I think her name is Shawnee Smith, or it could be Candy Clark. I don't know which one. But, actually, here's my favorite scene right there. So she's in the telephone booth getting consumed by the Blob. Anyway, she was in, this girl right here, she was in, a bunch. The two that I can remember now I know she's in the Blob. She was in the Blob, and she was in Saw. She was in Saw. I don't remember which Saw she was in, though, Vision. She was in Saw, but she was also in Summer School. That's a classic 80s movie. I've seen it many times. So when I saw her, I was like, oh shit, that girl from Summer School. I'm like, wow. And as I've been watching a lot of 80s, action adventure, 80s sci-fi, 80s horror, they tend to use a lot of the same people. Dick Miller, for sure. He should have had a cameo in this, Visions. This is classic Dick Miller material. And why he didn't have a cameo? He should have. I'm serious. If I could meet him before I die, Visions, that would be so sweet. The first thing I would do, I'd walk up to him, right, Visions, and I would be like, dude, how cool was it to get fucking killed by the Terminator? That's one of the best deaths ever. To have that on a resume, that would open up so many opportunities. That's probably why he got a lot of those cameos in those movies, you know? I like the first intense kill where the Blob smothers the jock. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Paul, then I really like it when Dr. Meadows got pulled into the sewer. Yeah, the old guy. Yeah, that death's towards the end. That one's a good one, too. Because that black doctor, like in the suit, he's kind of sadistic. He's like, oh yeah, fuck them. Like, they're expendable. No human life is expendable, at least in Fears' mind. But that guy in the movie is like, no, fuck them. They're expendable. Seal off the sewer. And then I guess the Blob didn't like that because the Blob shoots out, grabs him by the neck, and just goes nunk and like pulls him down into the sewer. That's the end of that fucking guy. So there it is. Yo! Chicken Wizard, what's up? He says, 80s Blob is awesome, buddy. Glad you watched it. Chicken Wizard, I'm so glad you're here. Amazing. Amazing. I'm going to call you in a couple of minutes and get your thoughts on it, Chicken Wizard. Because now me and Chicken Wizard, we've met. He's an awesome guy. I met him at the con. And you know what, Chicken Wizard? I'm going to save your reveal for our interview. When I upload the Toy Man Toy Show here in a couple weeks, all the fans are going to finally get to meet the myth, the man, the guy, the legend, Chicken Wizard. I'm telling you, Visions, you would be friends with Chicken Wizard. He's a fucking cool dude. On his shirt had your favorite, well, one of your favorite movies. I don't know if it's Vision's favorite movie, but it's one of your favorite movies. Fucking Sleepaway Camp, biatches. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, you know what the funny thing about it, Chicken Wizard, is I had this on DVD. Let me grab it real quick. So I'm going to give this to a fan. I had this on my shelf for like a year or two. I found it at Goodwill, and I thought, okay, the Blob. And this was before I didn't even know there was a 1950s version. It was on the shelf for 2 years. And I said, oh, I'll get around to it. I'll watch it. But I went, when my Missouri trip came up, Chicken Wizard and Visions, I was like, Fears, you've got to watch it. I was planning to watch this before. But then I had to work and stuff, and things kept popping up, and I'm like, oh, fuck it. And then, even though this wasn't on my movie list to find, I'm walking through VStock, and I'm like, ooh, what's that? And I grabbed the blog. There it is. So yeah, I'm glad I finally got to watch it. So any fan that wants this, let me know, and I will give it to you. Chicken Wizard says, I'm at work while I'm watching right now, so I might not be able to answer. I definitely want to be on another stream, though. All right, well, Chicken Wizard, I don't want to bother you at work, buddy. That's the last thing I want to do. Chicken Wizard, just write in the chat. Give me your thoughts on the 1980s, The Blob. What do you think? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? What's your favorite scene? Tell the fans. Because I was going to call you, but if you're at work, I don't want to interrupt you at work, because, I don't want to get you in trouble by your boss or anything like that, so yeah. But yeah, no, I loved it. It's one of my favorite 80s horror movies now. It's so good. Visions, thank you, and Pixel for recommending this. Without those guys, I probably would have never discovered it, Well, I did discover it on my own, but I didn't know what it was about. So when I asked Visions and Pixel, they're like, oh yeah, Fears, that's a good one. You got to watch that. And I was like, is it that good? Is it like worth it? And he went, oh yeah, man, it's worth it. Watch it. I'm so glad I finally watched it. I'm so glad I got to watch the Blu-ray edition, because this was like super crisp and it's eerie. You see like fog all the way through the movie. Those scenes, Visions, like out in the forest and shit. It's all foggy. Then the hilarious guy with the long flowing hair, and he's got the leather jacket. Like, yeah, man, I'm Joe Cool. Yeah, man, let me ride my fucking motorcycle and jump the fucking bridge and shit. I'm like, there's no way he's gonna make that fucking jump. Couldn't believe it. He did make the fucking jump. And I'm like, nice. Kudos to you. Right on. Cheers for that, I didn't think he was gonna make it, but he did. He made it. He made the jump. So that's a good scene too. So yeah. How would I rate it? Solid 9 out of 10. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a solid 9 out of 10, for sure. Solid 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This weekend, probably after church, I'm going to watch the commentary. So yeah. So this Sunday, after church, commentary style, baby. So, it was really good. I watched it right before work. Amazing. So good. Amazing. Yeah. So yeah, Chicken Wizard, if you can, write us your thoughts on it. in the chat. If I can call you, I will. If it's okay to call you, if you're on a break, I will call you and get your input. But if you can't really talk, then just write your input. What did you like about the movie? What was your favorite scenes? Give us your input on it. So yeah. Visions, anything else that you want to commentate on this? Let's see. Solid 9 out of 10. Very good. Very good. Amazing special effects, and I do agree with Chicken Wizard. He says, I like the practical effects. I like the way you can see people get sucked in and melted by the blood. Oh, yeah. They get sucked in and then some. Like, their eyeballs are all popping out, their tongues, like, hanging on, like, by a thread and shit. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I also like the way the blob has, like, tentacles to do stuff. Yeah, it's kind of tentacles. It's like the liquid turns into a hand and shoots out. I mean, and when it shoots out violently, hits you in the face or hits you in the chest, and just consumes you. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. So, yeah. Yep, Bill Moseley. Oh, yeah. He's in the sewer. Bill Moseley, he's another, like, Dick Miller Visions. He's in everything. Bill Moseley, I believe, was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 or 3. He played the guy that was, like, itching his head with an iron. Like, it was like a hot iron. He took a coat hanger, ripped off the top part, the itchy, the hook part, and he kept, like, taking some, like, hot iron and, like, making the little clothes hanger hot, and then he kept itching his head with it. That's from part 2. So, yeah. They did. Yeah, he was Chop Top. And he kept, like, itching his head, and I was like, this guy is... And he dressed as, like, this sadistic, like, 70s, like, disco guy, because he had, like, disco pants on. He had, like, a shaved head or barely any hair. Had, like, fucked up teeth with, like, glasses. He kept, like itching his head with that hot, like, clothes hanger and shit. I'm like, this guy is a whole lot of weird on so many levels. So, yeah. So, and he was in Night of the Living Dead, I'm sorry, not the remake. Oh, yeah, well, it was a remake. It was Tom Savini's, like, his version, his remake of the Night of the Living Dead. And he played Johnny. And it was Barbara's brother. When they go to visit, like, their mother, they're like, they're coming to get you, Barbara. They're horny, Barbara. They've been dead a long time. All that he played that fucking guy. So I'm telling you, Bill Moseley, he's been in all sorts of shit. So yeah, when I saw that vision, I was like, oh, there you go. There's Bill Moseley. I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, and he died. He died in the Blob, violently, mind you. I was like, oh, that was a quick death. So yeah, I also like that they left it open for a sequel. And you know what? They have not made a sequel. They need to. Oh wait, have they? Let's Google it. I'm not 100% sure if they. Let's see. Did they ever make a sequel to the 80s Blob movie? It was so popular in 1972, TV star Larry Hagman decided to direct a sequel, Beware the Blob. Oh my God, really? Oh Lord, there's a sequel. Beware the Blob, also known as Son of the Blob. For that film, the Blob was again played by red silicone and balloons, as well as red plastic. Oh. Well, listen. Oh my God. So, is there 3? Is there 3 of them? Beware the Blob, also known as Son of the Blob. Okay, well, I have to watch the trailer. Oh my God. Well, Visions, I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued. I've got to find the sequel. I have to watch the sequel. Oh my God. They made a sequel. Oh my Lord. All right, let's watch it. Let's see. I don't know what it's called. Maybe just Blob 2. Let's see. Blob 2 trailer. Or The Blob. It probably won't pop up without The Blob. The Blob 2 trailer. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so they made it in all right, so they made one in 2019. That one was called The Blob 2, and then Beware of the Blob was in 1970. Oh, okay, so they made a sequel. They made a sequel to the 1950s one. Okay. So they made The Blob in 1950s, and then in 1970 they made a sequel to the 50s one. Oh, okay. But I don't think they made a sequel to the 80s one. Well, that sucks. Well, at least they made a sequel to the 50s one. By the way, I watched the trailer of the 1950s one, and it looked amazing. Well, now that's another one added to the list. I've got to watch the sequel to the Blob. I have to watch the original Blob. Let's watch the trailer for the sequel to the Blob. Let's see it. Let's watch it. And then I'll watch the 2019 version. Well, you know what? Let's watch the 2019 version first of the Blob. Let's check it out.
Welcome back, horror fans. Pumpkin Claw here. Remakes and sequels is an acquired taste, so if we disagree on which are good and which are bad, then obviously we are horror fans. I have an idea for a sequel to a backstory to the monster, with the likes of Rob Zombie attached to direct, and true to Hollywood production, changing hands over and over again.
Oh wait, this ain't a trailer. This is just this guy giving his 2 cents on the Blob 2. Okay, well, I'll find it. All right, let's watch the 1972 trailer. So this is Beware the Blob. This is the sequel to the 1950s one. All right, let's do it.
Blood red creature rolls over.
All right. Oh, wow, this looks super.
The Blob is back in a horrifying new adventure.
The Blob is back. Oh, shit.
You are there. Startled, stunned, terrified, as the blood-red creature rolls over and eats everything in its path.
We're going to burn the place down. I can't.
Pretty good so far.
Beware the Blob. Starring Robert Walker, Gwen Guilford.
First thing you do when you get home, you go fishing.
You know that's not the
Had some
first thing
hilarious
I
like
do when
70s
that
music in
back.
it.
Beware Godfrey Cambridge. Beware Carol Lindley. Beware Shelley Berman.
You would like a haircut? It's $400.
Beware the Blob. Larry Hagman and his pals tried to stop the Blob with a pitchfork.
I'm intrigued.
Beware the Blob. Consuming human flesh on contact.
I'll be honest. Like for the 70s and 50s ones, even back then they had some good effects in these movies. They weren't the best effects, but they were pretty damn good. And like Chicken Wizard and Vision said, and I'll say the effects in the 80s ones is amazing, and they still hold up. I would say in the 80s one, they still hold up today. That's my personal opinion. Let's continue watching this.
I don't suppose you got any identification.
Nothing can stop it. Not fire, not water, not even bullets.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. There's one way to stop the Blob. I won't say what it is because that'll ruin the film, the 80s one. There's one way to stop the Blob. So I won't say anything. But that guy lied. That guy lied in this trailer.
Don't move.
What do you mean? Huh?
That thing. That's it. Oh!
See, son of Blob.
That's so weird that they gave it 2 names. The official title is Beware the Blob, 1972, and then they said that at the beginning of the trailer, and then at the end, it's called Son of the Blob. Which is it? Is it Beware the Blob or Son of the Blob? That makes no sense why they would give it 2 different titles. That's weird. I don't get it, Visions. I don't get it. All right, let's try and find. I guess they did a remake of The Blob in 2019. So I'll do. Let's see here. I'll try to find that trailer. Oh, Fears has got a lot to watch. Well, when am I not watching movies? Look at all this stuff behind me. Tons of stuff. So I guess they changed the name because I'm looking up some information. They said at one time it was called Beware the Blob. Then they said when it got closer to its release date, it was called The Blob 2, Son of the Blob, 1972. All right. That doesn't make any sense, but all right. I guess somebody changed their mind at the last waking moment. I mean, Beware the Blob is still a pretty good, title. Anyway. All right. Let's try and find this. Let's see. The Blob 2019 trailer. Let's see here. It's not popping up. Well, I may have to do some research, but I will find it. I will find it. You know what's funny about the Blob visions? It kind of reminds me of John Carpenter's The Thing, because John Carpenter's The Thing, it's not really like, a pink liquid ooze like the Blob is, but John Carpenter's The Thing. The Thing is a creature from outer space that crash lands, and it consumes and it imitates other life forms. So it kind of is like the Blob. The Blob doesn't imitate things. It just consumes things, and the Blob becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's massive. But it kind of reminds me of John Carpenter's The Thing. So yeah. I was kind of like, when I was watching it last night, Vision, I was like, it kind of reminds me of John Carpenter's The Thing. Anyway, let's get back to the comments. Larry said, I watched the blog at the cinema. It was scary as a kid. Now, which one did you watch, Larry? Did you watch the 80s one? I know you're a little bit older. I think, Larry, you said you're 59. You're like 60 years old. Did you watch both 1950s, The Blob, and the 80s one in the theaters? Because if you did, that would be sweet. So, yeah. Vision said, I haven't seen Son of the Blob. Well, I can't wait to see it because I'm sold now. The 80s ones was amazing. I can't wait to see the 1950s one. I can't wait to see the 70s sequel. They both look great. It's cool, Visions. You can tell Fears too. Visions, tell him I don't think he's on Discord anymore. I'm not on Discord anymore. And it's been a blessing not to be on Discord anymore. And, I mean, I miss talking to all my friends. I mean, I can talk to all my friends here, on my live. I do miss going into the Discord. I bet you I've missed so many great epic memes. So, Visions, Larry, if there's ever an epic meme that's been made of me, just send it to me. I'm still on Discord. You can still write me on Discord. And I still have my profile on Discord. I'm just not in anyone's Discord. And a big part of that is due to that motherfucker, cocksucker, asshole Joey. Burn in hell, Joey. And I haven't heard, he's probably so ashamed of what he did. Oh, I hate that motherfucker. He better pray I never meet him in real life. Oh, they think I'm afraid of them. I am not afraid of them. He made fun of my dad, and I'm like, oh, Joey, you fucked up. So, he better pray that I never meet Joey. Oh. Because if he ever does meet me, I don't want to threaten anyone's life, but Lord have mercy on his soul if I ever met Joey in real life. Oh, my Lord. It'd be lambs to the slaughter. Oh, yeah. Vision says, I didn't notice it at first, but they made the Blob more red as the film went on because it ate more people. That's true, Visions. That's true. It started off as like a pink. Well, actually, it started off white. Remember like when it hit the guy's hand? It was kind of a white, and then it became a pink, and towards the end, it was like super red. So yeah. Yeah. I didn't notice it at first either, Vision, but now that you say something like that's true. It started off white, but that homeless guy was an idiot. I was like, why? Like, a meteor crashes. So what have we learned? If a real meteor crashes from space, it's okay if you look at it from a distance, but do not go up. They did the same damn thing in Creepshow. The Stephen King character goes up to the meteorite. What happens? Green fungus starts growing all over his body until the green fungus consumes him. And then he dies. Well, actually, he didn't die. He blew his head off because he was like, oh shit, there's green vines all over me. I'm going to end it all, you know? What happens to the guy in the blob? He goes up to it. The blob shoots out, consumes his hand, then consumes his whole body, and ends up killing him within an hour or two. Do not go up to a meteorite. Anyway. Let's see. Vision says, diet and exercise. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Funny. Right? It kind of reminds me of John Carpenter's The Thing. A little bit, Visions. Anyway. To be honest, the LC Discord has been dead since you left. You know why, Visions? Probably because they've got no one to make fun of. A lot of those guys are idiots. A lot of nice people are in Visions. I mean, in LC's Discord. Those fucking idiots that came in there tormenting me, none of them collect toys. I think Joey has a few, but that's it. Joey, I know for a fact he's got a Spider-Man costume and he's got a couple of collectibles, but that's it. Really, the only reason that they were in there was just to make fun of me. You know, if I never would have promoted LC's Discord, they would have never came in there. And you know I'm telling the truth. They would have never. But see, there's no reason for Joey to have a Discord now. He's probably, one, ashamed. But you know what? I doubt he's ashamed because he's that fucking evil. He's probably really proud of himself, you know, that he made fun of my dad, which he is the most fucked up, weird individual I've ever met in my life. So yeah. So he's either, he feels kind of guilty a little bit or he doesn't at all. And because I'm not in there anymore, he's like, well, I could care less about toys. I'm going to leave LC's Discord. That's why he left. So they're not fooling anyone. They're not fooling me. They're not fooling you. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They are just scum of the fucking universe. Now, I will give the dude credit. The dude actually collects toys. So that's fine that the dude's in there. Because I've seen some of the dude's collection. So the dude is not a fake and a phony, you know? Because he collects stuff. Just like how I collect stuff. And I love when they would call me not a nerd, Visions. I'm like, I'm a full-on nerd. There's shit tons of horror movie stuff in here in my apartment. There's shit tons of Ghostbusters, James Bond shit, fucking Star Wars everywhere. So I'm like, you guys are morons to say that Fears isn't... If I wasn't a nerd, would I go to all these conventions? Probably not. So, anyway. They're not fooling anyone, Visions. You know? That's why I'm not afraid of them. I don't care what they say or do. They're never gonna intimidate Fears. They're never gonna try to tell me how to run my life. And I've even told them, Visions, I'm like, anytime you guys want to throw down and be men instead of like hiding behind your keyboards, you know exactly where I live. Come and meet me at my front door. I would be glad to go hands-on with any one of those guys. Especially Joey, because he's a pussified bitch. Because no one's going to make fun of my dad and get away with it. But again, he's all chicken shit. Quentin's a chicken shit. All of them are. I will give Quentin this. I haven't heard anything of Quentin in a while. So, at least Quentin isn't trolling me. So I'll give him that. But Joey, he's a pussified bitch. A lot of them are. They would never, in a million years, show up and go hands-on. I may be a short guy, but one hit to Joey's face, and he would be dead. Well, not dead. It would be the classic line that Fears always says. 3 things would happen. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor, and then me laughing at Joey for about an hour. It would be one of the greatest days ever. Because no one makes fun of my family or my friends and gets away with it. I would do the same thing. If somebody made fun of Randall, I would stick up for Randall. If someone made fun of Visions, I would stand up for Visions. I've just always been like that because I care a lot about my friends and my family. And I don't like bullies. I got bullied a lot when I was a kid. So now as a man, I refuse to let anyone pick on me or my friends or my family. It's just not going to happen. Because I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate about my friends and my family. You can go ahead and do that, Visions, but I guarantee you he would never show up because he's a chicken shit. He would never show up in a million years. But I don't want to start any shit. And Visions, I don't want to waste your time. Because this is how it would go down. You would be like, hey, Joey, I was watching Fears' live stream, and he said he wouldn't mind kicking your ass. And then Joey would make up some dumbass excuse. He'd probably call me an idiot. Or, oh, Fears is a wuss. He's a pussy. He would never want to fight me. And then Joey would make up some dumbass excuse why he wouldn't show up. And that would be it. So that would be a waste of your time, Visions, and a waste of my time. He'll never show up. Just like I know Quentin, any one of those guys would never show up in a million years. Never. If they did, I would be astounded if they showed up. But they never will. They never will. And I guarantee you, if someone beat the shit out of them, I'm just saying, I'm not threatening anyone's life. If someone, like one of these days, karma's a bitch. One of these days, they're going to say or do something to the wrong person. And someone's going to go, yep, I'm done. And just beat the shit out of them. I guarantee you, if somebody beat the shit out of like Quentin or Joey, they would never make fun of anyone ever again. I guarantee you. And that's usually how bullies are. Usually. You kick the shit out of them. Like that one guy, when I was in high school, I threw his face into a locker, not once, not twice, but 3 times. That guy's never spoken to me ever again. Since I beat the shit out of him and taught him a lesson. You know? So, yeah. But I appreciate your nice words, Visions, saying that the LC Discord has been dead. I really didn't do that much. All I did was support LC, which I always will, because LC's my buddy. And then every once in a while, I argued with those fucking idiots. And I did the mature thing. I'm like, I don't have time to waste. I'm not wasting my time arguing with these fucking idiots. So I left. Now, they're going to try to pull it around. Oh, yeah, Fierce is a pussy. He couldn't handle it. It's not about handling it. It's about staying sane. Do I have time for your dumb shit? No, because you're a fucking dumbass. All of you are. Or most of those guys in there are. The 7 or 8 trolls, you know. Everyone else is really nice. So I'm like, do I have time for your bullshit? No, because I'm more mature than you. You know, so yeah. Let's see. Larry says, yeah, Discord suck now. Well, I mean, for me, I've never understood Discord. Yeah, it's cool, like, talking to your friends stuff. I've just never had good experiences with Discord. Anyway, I was talking with Visions, and I might make a Discord for me. You, Visions, Pixel, Randy, and that's all. I appreciate the invite, Larry. I'm staying away from Discords. You know, I've tried it twice now. The first time was a horrible experience. This time was a horrible experience. I'm done with Discords. I'm done. So, yeah. I appreciate the invite, though. I appreciate the invite. So, yeah. I don't think they dated, Visions. Have you ever handled Deese? I don't know what you're on about, Visions. Have you ever handled Deese? I don't know what you're on about. I doubt Carrie and Joey ever dated. Anyway, let's stop talking about those idiots. Let's get back to the review. Anyway, what else can I say about the blog? Visions, any last comments on the Blob before we move on to The Rock? Anyway, I loved it. Like Chicken Wizard was saying, great special effects, great actors, great cameos. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Man, I walked into that one. That was good, Visions. That was funny. He goes, have you ever handled these? And I'm like, I don't know what you're on about. Handle what? These nuts? Good one, Visions. That was good. That was good. I liked it. That was funny. And Fears is hilarious. I didn't even see it coming. That was good, Visions. That was good. I liked it. Anyway, let's try and call Chicken Wizard and see if we can get his take on the Blob. All right. I hope I don't bother him at work, but I love... Chicken Wizard's a good friend. So, hopefully I can get him on the phone. And I don't know if Chicken Wizard's still watching. If not, I'll just leave a voice message. Oh no, wait, I can't because it'll say his number. I don't think he's gonna pick up. That's all right. I tried. That was funny, Visions. You're like, hey, Fears, you ever handled these? And I'm like, these what? These nuts? No. Nor would I want to handle anyone's nuts, you know. But that was funny, Visions. That was funny. Let's see, what else can I say about the Blob? I'm very excited to watch the 1950s one. Extremely excited to see Son of the Blob in the 70s. This one was amazing. Great remake, and you guys know Fears' policy on remakes and sequels. Hardly ever do I like them. This was actually a good remake of the 1950s one. This one was great. Great special effects, great actors, great cameos. A terrifying villain, you know, the Blob. It was good. Great writing. They had some cheesy scenes in it, you know, like 80s horror. I'm watching it Sunday. I'm going to watch the commentary, so I loved it. Anyway, Visions, last thoughts on the Blob before we move on. Larry says, Fears would crush Joey. Tell me something I don't know. Enough said. You know what, Larry? I shouldn't even have brought him up. I can't even remember how those idiots were brought up in the stream. The best thing to do is not even give them the time of day, because that's what they want. They want a reaction. They want me to talk about them. And they're spineless, gutless cowards. So let's not even waste our energy talking about them, you know? Anyway, Visions, last thoughts. Last thoughts on the Blob. I loved it. I loved it. So I think tonight, I'm going to watch these two movies. Give me 1 second. I don't know if I'll have time. I don't know if I'll have time to watch both of these. I'm for sure gonna watch Jack Frost 2, The Revenge of the Killer Mutant Snowman. But also, I bought this at Goodwill a couple of months back, and Visions was like, hell yeah, Fears. American Psycho. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but not all the way through. But I've been wanting to watch it all the way through. This guy is nuts. I saw probably the most classic scene in this that I've watched. I remember I was like 17 or 18. Fucking hilarious, 7. Not 7, 17 or 18. And it was around Halloween time. And I watched it where he's running down the hallway naked with like a chainsaw and he's trying to kill the lady. So that's the only scene. I saw that scene, and then when he's displaying like his business card. And he's like, oh yeah, my business card's the best. And he's like, I just got them from the print shop and all that stuff. And the guy's like, Bateman, that's nothing. Check mine out. And then this guy is like, hey, check it out. And then he's all like, nice. And then like in his thoughts, he's like, I can't believe Patrick like Bob's card more than mine. Or he says some shit like that. So tonight, I'm going to try to watch these two. But if I can't make it to these two, because I am going to edit something, I'm determined to edit something tonight because I keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. I need to edit my Indiana Jones vlog and get it up tonight. So I'm going to edit that. So if I have time, I'm editing that for sure, and I'm going to watch this for sure. If I have time to watch both, because I have to go to sleep because I need to go to work. And then right after work, I need to come home tomorrow morning, quick shower, and it's off to the Tampa Firefighters Museum. I'm actually looking really forward to that because I've been wanting to go to that for a year. And someone suggested, he goes, oh, Fierce, if you want another cool place to do a cool vlog. And I'm like, yes, please, please, please. I would love any suggestions. And my friend's like, oh, Fierce, I've lived in Tampa for like 8 years. He goes, I took my wife and I took my kids to the Firehouse Museum. He goes, it's free. He goes, it's worth a walk through. He goes, you'll get some cool footage. And I was like, right on, man. I'm like, I'll try and go to it sometime. Tomorrow's the day. So, yeah. Vision says, I thought it was really great. 8 out of 10. Great story, great characters, amazing deaths and effects. Couldn't agree more, Visions. The only thing I don't agree with, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. So, yeah. But I totally agree with all the other stuff. Great story. Great characters, great villain. The Blob is a great villain, and it's terrifying at times. Other times it's laughable, but most of it, it's pretty terrifying, you know. Amazing effects, I agree. Amazing death sequences. Again, one of my favorite deaths is when the lady gets consumed in the telephone booth. The Blob cracks the window. The Blob liquid comes flowing in the telephone booth. Kills her lickety-split. That's probably my favorite death. The other one, I'm trying to think. What's a good second death? I mean, the sink one's pretty good, but I do like... The sink death is pretty good, but I do like... Well, actually, they never really kill the Blob at the end. They just contain the Blob. But I like that whole sequence of them taking down the Blob, at least for now. I do like the old black guy death where he gets sucked into the sewer. That's a good one, Visions. I'm trying to think, what's another good death? I do like Bill Moseley's death because he's already hurt. I think like is it arm or his shoulder? He's got some blood, so like he didn't get consumed by the Blob, but I think the Blob like hit him with like his tentacle or something and like whiplashed him or something, and like his arm is hurt or something like that. So. But his death is good. It's hard to pick a second one because all the deaths in the Blob, probably maybe another one is when the guy is like macking on the chick in the car, and it's like typical 80s horror movie shit. He's like, yeah, let me make you a drink, and he's thinking in his mind, oh man, shit's about to hit the fan. I'll make a little drink, have some premarital sex. Yeah, boozing, drugs, alcohol. All right, and then she's like half dead asleep, but he's like, well, here, let me unbutton this for you. And he unbuttons it, and then the Blob has already like consumed his chick. And then, man, does the Blob just sucks him up, and you see his leg like hanging out the car window. That's probably my second favorite one. I'm telling you, Visions, there's so many good deaths in this movie. It's hard to pick like my favorite two. You know what I'm saying? It really is hard. So yeah. So I wrote Carrie. So I wrote Carrie to write Joey to write Carrie back so she could write me back. He said it's on. Visions, I guarantee you 100% that guy would never show up. He's a spineless, gutless coward. And that's all I'm going to say. Let's stop talking about him. Because Joey makes me sick. He really makes me sick. So, yeah. Oh, man, American Psycho is a 10 out of 10. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out soon, buddy. We will find out. But at some point, if I don't watch it tonight, I'm going to watch it some point this week. I'm watching this tonight for sure. Because I loved Jack Frost 1, and I cannot wait to watch Jack Frost 2. And I've had this for a while, so I need to like watch it and check it out. Because the first one was cheesy as hell. They kill Jack Frost with antifreeze in the first one. How they're going to kill him in the second one baffles me. And how the fuck can he how the fuck can he stay a snowman when he's in like a tropical paradise? Because in this one, Pixel or Visions told me like the sheriff guy goes on vacation or some shit, you know, and then the snowman guy like follows him to like a tropical Hawaiian island or something. And I'm like, oh, Lord, this is stretching it just a tad here, aren't we? Aren't we stretching this just a tad? So, yeah. Oh, yeah, the general that pulls the pin off of his grenades gets smothered. That's a good one. That's a good death, too, Visions. That's a pretty good one, too. Pixel said, did you already mention that the Blob remakes Saw series? Yep. Oh, yeah, she's a hottie. She's definitely a hottie, Pixel. I already mentioned that. Well, who wouldn't like the hotties? Who wouldn't like the hotties? You know? And I forgot, she plays Amanda in the Saw series, and she's in a few of them. She's in Saw 1, Saw 2, Saw 3. She gets killed at the end of Saw 3, but then she's in a bunch of flashback sequences in Saw 4, and I think she's in a flashback in Saw 5. But yeah, she's in a lot of them, Pixel. And Shawnee Smith, she's hot. She's hot back in the 80s, and she's hot in the Saw series. She's a pretty hot chick. Plus, I'm a guy, so why wouldn't I think she's hot, Pixel? Pixel, listen, you know she's hot. She's hot. Plus, she makes a good villain. She's like Jigsaw's like henchman, you know, sidekick. She plays a good sidekick. Plus, she's in the original, what is it, the bear claw trap in the first one? Or, oh, no. It's the bear, I'm sorry, it's the bear trap. Because in the second one, it's the reverse fly trap where that guy is in it, and it's like a death mask or some shit. I love the Saw series. I love it. I love the Saw series. They started to get repetitive after a while, but the first 3 is great. I think, I'm being honest, Pixel, Visions, what do you think? I think they should have ended the Saw series at part 3. Because it's a perfect trilogy. In the first one, you create the monster, right? The second one, you see the monster in his prime, Jigsaw. The third one, you see someone kill the villain off. Perfect trilogy. You invent the evil, you see the evil in its prime, you kill the evil off. Perfect trilogy. They should have ended it at part 3. Now there's 4, 5, 6, 7. Then there's the off-brand ones. There's the, then I saw the Jigsaw one. So that's the newest one I saw, Jigsaw. It's like a prequel. Like it's his very first trap that he ever made. And that the only one I haven't seen is the Spiral run. Chris Rock's in that, and Samuel L. Jackson is in that. I haven't seen Spiral. It's in the Saw universe. I don't know if Jigsaw's in it. Because I haven't seen much about it. But you know what? Let me watch the trailer. I haven't watched the Spiral trailer, so let's watch it real quick. That's the only one I need to see, though, Pixel. I need to see Spiral. I need to see Spiral, because I saw the DVD cover when it came out, but I have not seen. I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't seen. All I saw was the DVD when it came out, but I haven't watched it yet. So let's check out Spiral. Spiral trailer. Okay, so it came out in 2021. It says starring Chris Rock, Samuel L. Jackson. All right, let's watch it. Let's watch it, shall we?
Get everybody out of here.
This package just came in.
Okay.
Get everybody out of here.
Play me.
Hello, Detective Banks. Do you know where your officers are?
Nice.
Jigsaw?
Wait, I thought the Jigsaw killer was dead.
He's never dead, you moron. They always bring him back somehow in a flashback sequence. Oh, we found another tape. Oh, there's another game going on, you know. They always find a way to bring evil back. Yes, Jigsaw is dead, but they'll find another tape, then, oh, hey, there's a prequel to the fucking prequel. There's a sequel to the fucking sequel. That's another reason why I hate Hollywood, too.
Find him. We have hours, not days.
How can I catch this guy? If there's nobody on the force, I can trust!
You can't do this alone.
Whoever did this has another motive. Something personal.
When was the last time you saw your father?
Okay, so Samuel L. Jackson plays Chris Rock's father in this. I'm intrigued. I don't know if it's going to be the best Saw movie I've seen. I mean, obviously nothing beats the very first one with the guy laying on the floor and he gets up, you know, and you think he's dead the whole time. It looks like he's blown his head off, right? All of a sudden, the end, you find out Jigsaw, the guy, the dead guy laying on the floor. Well, obviously, he's not dead. He gets up and he's like, yeah, cheers, game over, peace, deuce, I'm out. So nothing will beat the first one, but I am intrigued. I'm intrigued. So at some point, I will watch Spiral. Let's see here. I'll have to watch it at some point. All right, let me get back to the comments. Let's see. Where did I leave off? But yes, Pixel, I did. Shawnee Smith, I would love to meet her. Pixel, she seems so cool. You know, like when you watch the behind the scenes of all the Saw stuff, I would love to meet her at a convention. I would be honored to interview her and have her like on Fears Man 26, like a professional interview. I would love to interview her. I've interviewed so many B actors. I've interviewed a few A actors, mainly a lot of B and C actors, but it's been an honor always whenever I get a chance to, you know, interview anyone. Especially if they've been in a movie or their movie career or a television show or something like that. It's always an honor whenever I get a chance to interview those type of people. So, yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. All right. Where did I leave off? I noticed that the girl from the car was the same girl that jumps out of the cake in Under Siege. Well, I haven't seen the car yet, Visions, and I haven't seen Under Siege yet. But... and you know what, Visions? I tried. I had the list. The car is on the list. I just don't know where on the list. Let me have a look. Well, if I could open it up. Hang on. Oh, right here. It's number 2. It's number 2 on the list. The car. So it's on the list. You know, it is on the list. I just haven't found it yet. But I will. I'll find it. Because I'm looking forward to that. Visions, you said you saw the car and you said it was worth a watch. I'd say the best movie I've watched recently. I loved Steven Spielberg's Duel. Loved that movie. Loved it. I'm not saying all these other, like Demon Knight and the Blob and all that stuff wasn't good. That was good. But being a fan of Steven Spielberg, watching his first film, it was mind-boggling. It was mind-boggling is the wrong word. It was amazing. He took a little tiny like TV show movie and turned it into that. Oh, it was so fucking good. It was fucking good. She looked the same in real life when I seen her, but she's so short. She may be your height. Oh, really? Well, there you go. Well, she looks taller in those films, you know, Pixel. Maybe the shoes she's wearing makes her a little taller. I'm short. Fears is short. I'm like, I haven't checked my height in a while. I'm either 5'5" or I'm 5'6". I'm somewhere in there, but I'm a short guy. I'm very short. So I doubt she's shorter than me. Maybe she's right at my level, Pixel, but she's a good actress. I haven't seen her act in anything in quite a while, but she's she's done a lot of horror movies. She's been in a few television shows too. You know how like they have guest stars like on Knight Rider, or like she was a guest actress. She was a guest on. I know she did an episode of. I know she was in Knight Rider, and I think she had an episode in Airwolf. I think. She's done a few television appearances. I know she was on a soap opera at one point. So she's done a little bit of everything. But Shawnee Smith, she is hot. I would love. And I think she's around my age. I think she's like 39, 40, 41, somewhere around there. So she's very nice. Or she seems nice. I haven't met her yet. You did say in a vlog that you would watch Saw 99 if they made it. That's true. And because I do like those Saw movies. I like how they. I think there's too many of them, but see now I'm sucked in, Pixel. I'm sucked into the story. So I'm like, well, even though I think they should have only made 3, I have to find out what happens to Jigsaw. Or, oh wow, they found another tape that said "Play Me." Oh wow, they've done another game in another country, or they've done another game on the other side. You know, so now I'm intrigued, and I have to like find out what happens next. You know what I'm saying? You love anything that gets remade. That's not true, Pixel. That's not true. You would love for them to make a new Back to the Future or Ghostbusters. That's why they do it. That's not true. I hated the remake, the 2016 remake of Ghostbusters. Hated it. I wouldn't mind if they made a sequel to Back to the Future, like Back to the Future 4. I'd love to see another time travel adventure, but I would hate if they remade the first Back to the Future. I would hate it. I would maybe like a few scenes, Pixel, because I always try and give everything a go. You know, I'll be like, well, let me watch it, and then I'll make my decision if I like it or I don't like it. But I don't think I would love a remake of Back to the Future, because I hated the 2016 Ghostbusters. So don't even go there, Pixel. That is a straight up lie, and I'm removing that comment. So yeah, no offense to you, buddy, but that's not true at all. The car in the Blob, the pass out girl, she's the same girl from Under Siege. I saw she was a Playboy model. And you know what? I've met her. Her name is Tara, I think her name is Reed, Tara Reed. She was in the Beverly Hillbillies movie with the guy that played Ernest P. Worrell Visions. I've met her at a convention. I've got a picture with her. I think her last name's Reed. Let me look it up. Hang on. Give me 1 second. I think it's Tara Reid. She was on Baywatch, too. I believe she was on Baywatch. I think Tara Reid. I think that's how you say her name. No, Tara Reid. That's that girl from American Pie. Oh, the other girl I'm thinking of, her name is Tara, but it's... Oh, what the fuck is her last name? It's Tara something. I've met this chick. I haven't met the girl from American Pie. I've met the other girl from... Here, I'll just do a Beverly Hillbillies cast, and that'll bring up her name. Beverly Hillbillies... movie cast. Because I know she was in that. Let's see. What's her name? Let's see. I'm trying to find her name right now. Because I've watched that movie, too. I've watched that movie. What the fuck? Oh, wait. I was so wrong. Okay, so Tara Reid is the girl from American Pie. The girl I met, the girl that died in the car, Visions, the one that you're talking about, she was on Baywatch. I met her name is Erica. God, I was so off. Her name is Erica. I don't even know how you pronounce her last name. Eleniak. I knew that I recognized her because I've met her at a convention. I didn't get a chance to interview her, but I've got a picture with her, and I had her sign one of her Baywatch posters or whatever she was selling at her her booth. I've met her. She's very nice. But she was in the Blob and she died. The Blob sucked her up and then some. Yeah, I knew her face was familiar. I just couldn't remember her name. But yeah. Yeah, I've met her at a convention. She's very nice. I just couldn't remember her name. All right, let me get back to the comments. I knew it was something like that. But anyway, let me get back to the comments here. Let's see. Wow, she was born in 1969. She's 54. I didn't know that she was that old. But when I met her back in 2012, 2013 at a convention. I met her at a convention called ConX. ConX. That was around the time when my buddy Dave owned the Contamination Convention. Well, one of Dave's friends said, "Hey, you know what? I would love to make a convention of my own. Do you think I could have some?" Because Dave had a list of celebrities that he would always invite to Contamination Convention. And my buddy Dave was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, go ahead and make your own convention." So Dave's friends made this thing called ConX. It only lasted 1 year because I'll be honest, it was all right. It wasn't as good as Contamination, though. That's why Dave had 6 Contamination conventions and ConX only had 1. But I was asked, Dave's friend said, "Fierce, I know you help your buddy Dave out at his conventions. You get in for free. You run some of the booths." And I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, I've counted the money for some of the celebrities. I've interviewed the celebrities. I put it on Dave's website, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm making my own con." He goes, "Would you want to come?" And he goes, "You can get in for free. It's going to be in Kansas City, Missouri. I'll pay for your food and your hotel." I went, "Oh, hell yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." I would love to do it. I made a little bit of money. I got $50 per day, so it was a 3-day con. So I got there on Friday, worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I came back Monday morning. So I made $150 for the whole weekend. Not too bad, not too shabby. Plus, I got to hang out a lot with Leslie Easterbrook, which is that hot chick from the Police Academy movies. They assigned me to be at her table, so we just chilled all weekend. Plus, ConX was the time where I drank. Randall was so jealous, Visions. I got to drink wine. I got drunk with Tasha Yar, Denise Crosby from Star Trek: The Next Generation. I wish I would have got some footage of me and her drinking wine. I got a picture though. We're holding our wine glasses up, and I'm like, hell yeah! So I got drunk with Denise Crosby. That's a nice feather to have in Fear's man's cap. But you know what? I haven't seen Denise Crosby since we did that. I know she did a cameo on The Walking Dead, and she got killed in a major, epic way on The Walking Dead. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, hell yeah, man. She played a villain. She got killed on The Walking Dead. I'm like, that's what's up. And I'm like, Denise, why couldn't they have killed you before they give you another glass of wine? She liked her wine. I remember I was walking around, and I introduced myself to all the celebrities. I said, I'm a friend of my buddy Dave's, and I said, you know the guy running this con? She goes, oh yeah. She goes, I've met him. She was a very nice guy. I said, well, yeah. I said, I became friends with him through my buddy Dave. She went, oh, cool, very nice to meet you. She goes, what are you doing at the con? I said, I'm at Leslie Easterbrook's table, but I said, anything you guys need, you let me know. I said, she goes, oh, I will, John. I said, do you mind? I said, I love Star Trek: The Next Generation. I said, I would be honored. I said, do you think I could get an interview in with you? And she goes, I would be honored. She goes, what do you want to talk about? I said, anything and everything Star Trek: The Next Generation, and I've got some Tasha Yar questions. She went, she goes, I would be honored. And I remember Visions, right after our interview, I was about to get up, and she goes, man, I'm getting really hungry. And I said, well, do you want me to go order you some food from the kitchen? Because we were doing this con at a big hotel. It was a huge hotel in Kansas City, Missouri. I said, I could go get you some food. She went, oh, that would be great. I said, yeah. I said, what do you want? She goes, I would love a hamburger and some french fries. I said, yeah. I said, let me go put in the order. And so I went up to the director of the con. I said, hey, can you put in the order? And he goes, Fears. He goes, what does she want? I said, she wants a hamburger and some french fries, and she wants a Diet Coke. Or she said something like that. And he goes, yeah. He goes, do you mind going to pick that up at the kitchen and bringing it to her? I said, yeah. So I waited. They got her food. I bring it back. And she goes, oh, thank you, Fears. And when I came back, she was like, do you want some wine? She goes, after my food, I'm going to drink some wine. I went, yeah. I said, what do you got? She goes, oh, I've got both. I've got white wine. I've got red wine. I'm like, you know what? Let's just have a little bit of both. I said, I don't leave until Monday. And she's like, oh, you want some both? And I went over to Leslie Easterbrook's table and I said, do you want a glass of wine? And she goes, oh, you've got some wine? I said, well, I don't have any wine. But I said, Denise Crosby has some wine. And she goes, oh, I'd love some. And I said, hey, are you going to be good for a little while? I said, I'm going to go chill with Denise Crosby. She goes, yeah, John. She goes, go have fun. She goes, if I need you, I'll call you. I went, right on. So I got Leslie Easterbrook some wine. And she goes, oh, thank you. I came back, and for the next hour or two, Visions, I was drinking wine with Denise Crosby. Fuck yeah. It was amazing. So, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So, yeah. Yo, Fears Man, what's up? Did you make a dank wine combo? Well, I didn't pour them together. I had a little bit of white wine. 15, 20, 30 minutes goes by. She's like, well, let's crack open another bottle. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, well, I've got some red wine now. And I'm like, sweet. I'm like, let's do it. I think the better question is why wouldn't Fears drink some wine with Denise Crosby? So, I'll be honest, Visions, Pixel, that's a nice feather to have in Fears' hat. I'm like, hell yeah. I got to drink wine. Randall has said it many times. You think I'm kidding? Ask Randall about this story. He's like, Fears, I'm so jealous that you got to drink wine with Denise Crosby. I was like, Randall, life is all about being in the right place at the right time. And I said that was the right place, the right time just to have some wine with Denise Crosby. So I was like, hell yeah, motherfuckers. Anyway. It was good. It was a fun time. All right. Moving right along, shall we? I think I'm going to save. I'm probably going to do the Rock review, and then I'm going to call it quits. Mix wine combo, hell yeah. Again, I didn't mix them together. I had some white wine. An hour or two went by. I had some red wine. We drank pretty much for like 3 hours. Visions, we topped off not one bottle, not 2 bottles, but 3 bottles. So by the end of it, Fears was like, I wasn't wasted, but I was feeling pretty drunk. I was feeling really good. I was like, all right, yeah, I feel good. Right on. But I didn't mix them in the same glass, but I know what you mean by a combo. Sometimes she kept jumping back and forth. She's like, well, she goes, we topped off the white wine. She goes, I'm going to crack open another bottle. And I was like, well, how many bottles did you bring? She goes, I love drinking wine at conventions. She's like, I'll have a little bit on each day. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, Denise, this is Saturday, middle of the con. I said, let's just crack them open. And we ended up drinking not her entire stash, but a lot of her stash. And it was amazing. It was amazing. Pixel said, I smoked weed with RVD, but that is no wine with Denise Crosby. That's true. But you know what, Pixel? I'm not really into like smoking weed and stuff. I've never been like a drug type of guy. Nothing against Pixel. Pixel, I just worry about you, man, because you're my friend and I love you like a brother. Whenever you're like, hey, man, I took shrooms, I took acid, I'm like, buddy, you just got to be careful, man. So just be careful, buddy. I would prefer that you wouldn't do any of that, Pixel, but I can't tell you what to do because you're your own human being. But just be careful, buddy. But I don't know who RVD is. You got to refresh my memory. Who is that? Who's RVD? But I thought it was funny. Pixels were like, well, Fears, I did this, but that's no drinking wine with Denise Crosby. And I'm like, nothing against Pixel doing that, but I'm like, it was a legendary time in Fears' life. I mean, who can say, yeah, I just sat for 3.5 hours drinking wine. I was like, this is so fucking cool. Anyway. Wine and Dine 69. Well, listen, Visions, I wish there was some 69, going nuts stuff, but there was no 69. Now, that would have been an even more legendary. Hey, guys, guess what? I drank wine with Denise Crosby. One thing led to another, and we did some 69 action. Unfortunately, no 69 action, Visions, but a lot of drinking wine. And I mean a lot within those 3.5 hours. So, yeah. Just because you said that, I'm taking 2 tabs. I know Pixel's kidding. Pixel, don't scare Fears like that. I'm being serious from the heart. I know Fears jokes around a lot. I don't joke around. About drugs. I don't want my friends doing drugs. I care about my friends. Pixel, you know I'm being for real. As much as Fears jokes, you got to be careful when you do drugs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I've never partaked, but I've seen some friends of mine. Like my friend Danny, he got hooked on a lot of stuff and he almost died. Thank God he got sober. But he was on a lot of shit. He did acid. He was taking pain pills. At one time, my friend Danny said he did some cocaine. I was like, oh shit. So he did a lot of stuff. Thank God he didn't die, because he's been one of my best friends since like the 2nd grade, and we've known each other. But yeah. So yeah. But just be careful, buddy. I don't want anything bad happening to Lord Pixel. Would I do acid with Amy Jo Johnson? Randall probably would. Randall probably would. I wouldn't. But I would love to hang out with Amy Jo Johnson. What guy in the 90s did not have a crush on a little bit of Kimberly? Oh yeah, Kimberly, you do that gymnastics. You know, she was all into gymnastics and shit. I was like, yep, yeah. Yeah, you wear those tight pants and you do those gymnastic skills. That's right. Do that little twirl, do that little flip. Because Fears, man, I'm right there. You know? Kimberly was hot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pixel said acid and shrooms are harmless. The most danger from them is driving while on them, which I would never. Well, that's good. You can't die from them like you can from pills and such. Well, that's good, Pixel. That's good. Just be careful, man, because you know I care about you. You know, I mean, I know we've never met, but we've been buddies for years. Pixel, I'll be honest, I like how I'm so excited to meet Visions and hang out with Visions. I'm just as excited to meet you. I just don't want anything bad. Plus, you've been a friend and a loyal fan. Just be careful, buddy, you know, because I really do care about you. I would say the same thing. Like if Visions was into all that crazy shit, I'd be like, well, I can't tell you what to do, but be careful, buddy. You know, like, don't do anything stupid, you know? Anyway, Pixel, I'm curious. Who is RVD? You said you smoked weed with him. I'm presuming it's a guy, but I've never heard of RVD. Is that like his nickname? Like, what is he from? Is he from a television show, a movie? I'm just curious, because I don't know who you're on about. But I like the way Pixel said it. It kind of made me laugh. Pixel's like, well, you know, Fears, I smoked weed with this guy, but that is no wine with Denise Crosby. And I was like, it's pretty, yeah, it's true. I mean, I was not wasted, Visions, but I was feeling really good. Like my friend Dave was at this convention. He went, hey, Fears, you having fun? I'm like, oh, yeah. And he went, Fears, you go. I remember Dave came up to me, and he whispered to me, he goes, Fears, do you realize you're drinking wine with Denise Crosby? And I looked up at him, and I was like, oh, yeah, I know, buddy. And he goes, isn't this great? I'm like, have you had some wine? And Dave's like, Fears, fill me up. I went, oh, I'm like, for sure, Dave. I grabbed some wine, I'm like, nunk, and I poured some wine in, and Dave's like, cheers, Fears. I'm like, oh, cheers, Dave. It was great. I'm like, I fucking lost my mind. I couldn't believe that it was happening. I was like, this is fucking great. I'm like, as many lows that have happened in Fears' life, I've had some incredible highs in my life. I've always told this to my fans, to my friends, my family. Life is like a roller coaster. You get on these incredible highs, and then something bad happens in your life, and you go down the hill like in a roller coaster. But I'll be honest, I've had more incredible highs in my life and amazing things that have happened than lows. But anytime I have had a low in my life, it's been like a brutal blow. Like the death of my dad. I got arrested one time because I was an idiot teenager and I did something stupid. Thank God I was able to get it off my record, and I learned a valuable lesson. Don't make prank phone calls, because if you make prank phone calls, you're going to go to jail. Let's see. Visions doesn't allow smoking in his house, so I'm going to smoke in the guest coffin. Shit. You know, Pix, I'll be honest. Nothing against Visions, but what if this whole coffin thing was a smokescreen? Like, what if he was joking the whole time? I guess we'll find out next year when I'm at his house. He'll be like, oh, what, Fears, you think I was joking? Oh, yeah. Go into the guest bedroom. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The door opens, and there's the coffin. And I'll be like, oh, shit. He was telling the truth. Visions, I'm 50-50 on the coffin. You know? That would be absolutely wild if you had one in your house. But then, if you didn't, I would just look at you and go, really, Visions? A year of joking about the coffin? That would make it 10 times more epic. I'd be like, oh, that was a great story you made up. So I don't know. I don't know whether to believe Visions or not. I mean, Visions is super goth, so I wouldn't put it past him to have a coffin. I promised Visions, though, for the vlog, I would lay in the coffin at least once. Just for a couple of minutes. You know, just to get the shot. You're not closing the door on me, though, Visions. The coffin door will stay open. I'll lay there for a couple of seconds and go, all right, I've had enough of that, and then get out. Just for the vlog. Just for the vlog. Just to say, hey, you know, this will be the second time I've ever been in a coffin. The only other time I'm going to be in a coffin is when Fears is dead. You know? So there it is. He is a wrestler from the 90s, early 2000. Loves his weed. Looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme. His name is Robert Van Dam. Or Rob Van Dam. Oh, wow. So he's a wrestler from the 90s. Let me Google him. Let me Google him and see what he looks like, Pixel. Because, like, you're a master at wrestling. I like wrestling, but not as much as Pixel. Let's see. Rob Van Dam. Okay, I've kind of seen this guy. Yeah, his face looks familiar. I don't know much about him, but yeah, I kind of remember this guy. I know he did a lot of those promos stuff, Pixel, with like Kane. I know he did a lot with Kane. I know he did some promos with. I remember seeing some promos of his with Stone Cold, but I remember some of his famous ones were, because now I'm remembering, Kane used to go fucking nuts in those promos, you know? One of the best promos is when it's, Pixel, you'll know which one I'm talking about. Do you remember the promo where it was Rock and then Hollywood Hogan? Because at that time, he wasn't Hulk Hogan anymore. He was the villain Hollywood Hogan. And he was all in his black and white, and he had his white and black glasses on. And then Kane comes in. And I guess Kane was like teaming up with Hollywood Hogan and The Rock to like take down some other guys. And then The Rock goes, hey, Kane, let me ask you a question. He goes, you ready to go out there and whoop some ass? You ready to go out there and whoop candy ass? And then he goes, oh, I'm ready. Are you ready? And he's like, oh, you bet your ass. It doesn't matter if you're ready. And then Kane takes over, and he uses all of The Rock's lines and all of fucking Hulk Hogan's lines. I'm sorry, Hollywood Hogan's lines. And I fucking love that promo is fucking great. But I remember this Rob guy doing a lot of promos with, you know, all the trash talking shit that they always do. Like, it's like the pre-show before the wrestling match. They always, like, do the promos and shit. Like, talking trash and, like, getting the audience all hyped up. I remember this Rob guy doing a lot of promos with Kane. I remember just bits and pieces of them, but I know he did a lot of promos with that guy. All right. Visions will give you a Back to the Future hoverboard movie prop replica if you let him close the coffin door. No, it's not happening. That is not happening. I'm telling you right now, Visions, that coffin door is staying open. It would just be too creepy if the door was closed, man. Ugh, that would have been nuts. Actually, that would be my second time, because I remember at that Halloween Trans World Halloween attraction, there's a picture of me lying in a coffin, and I put it on the Discord. They basically had turned this coffin into a ride. The coffin bounced up and down, and then they had speakers in the coffin. You lay in the coffin, and it was supposed to be this ride that they made up where it was like, hey, you want to feel an experience of like being buried alive? And they said, get in. I went, okay. Thank God they put like these air blowers in the coffin because I'm like, well, it's going to get real hot in there. And they closed the door. And the coffin was bouncing up and down like that. And then in there was speakers in there in my ears. And I remember you hear like two grave diggers saying like, oh yeah, this guy just died last Sunday. Well, we better, lower him down. And then you hear the thud, 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 like when the coffin was put down in the plot, like 6 foot down. So it was kind of a cool ride. But I was like, oh man, if this is what it's really like, I was like, oh shit. And then the coffin door would bounce up and down, and that was supposed to represent all the dirt hitting it. And you heard it was like like that, like all the dirt hitting it. So it was wild, Pixel. That was it. I think that was the second time I went to Trans World Halloween and Attractions Convention in downtown St. Louis. I think it was either the first time I went or the second time I went. And these guys were promoting their ride. And I was like, well, where's this going to be? He goes, we're going to bring this ride to like a lot of the downtown St. Louis like haunted houses. And he's like, have you ever been? I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I've been to all the haunted houses down there. I'm like, I've been to St. Louis's The Darkness, which is one of the best haunted houses in the Midwest. So yeah, I said I went to that one. I said I've went to Creepy World in downtown St. Louis. Creepy World is cool because it's 13 mini haunted houses. And once you go through all these little mini haunted houses, then there's a big epic haunted house at the very end. So Pixel Visions, you would love those haunted houses in downtown St. Louis. They are amazing. I haven't went in a while. The last time I went was for my birthday. Eric and me, Eric bought me a ticket for my birthday. That was my birthday present. And we went in 2021 when things were starting to get a little bit better with like the pandemic. I remember we had to still wear our masks as we went through the haunted house. And we didn't go to Creepy World. We went to the Darkness, I believe. So yeah, those are good. Those are very good. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to retitle this Talking to the Fans and the Blob Review. I'm going to save this review for tomorrow. So I'll probably review this, and I'll probably review this, and I'll save this for another day. So, Visions, Pixel, if you want to chime in on tomorrow's stream, watch this, because I'm going to watch this tonight and give it a go. So yeah. Is that the place that used to be the factory? Yes, Larry. The Darkness, they use the same abandoned factory every year. I think the Darkness company, now they own that abandoned factory. At first, they were just renting that abandoned factory. It used to be a factory where they made either toys or candles or something like that. And it went bankrupt in the late 80s, early 90s. And then I think they started renting it for the Darkness Haunted House like in the late 90s, like 95, 96, 97. And then ever since then, I think the Darkness Company, they use the same factory over and over and over and over and over again. What they do is, Larry, they just use the inside. They transform the inside of the haunted house a different theme every single year, ever since, the late 90s to now. So they use the same factory. And it is massive. When you go in that factory, it is fucking huge, man. And they've put in trap doors and little trap doors, secret rooms. I remember one time I was in there, Eric pushed a button on the side, and it was just like something out of the movie, like a murder mystery. I'm standing on a platform, and there's like a bookcase behind me, and the whole fucking bookcase goes nunk, and like turns around. I'm in a room by myself, and there's all these zombies coming at me, and they're like, go through that door. I'm like, fuck you, leave me alone. You stay over there, I'll go through that door. Try by it later, I'm out of here. And then I'm like, what the fuck happened to Eric? I'm like, how did I get into this one? And the guy's like, and then like an employee came out and said, oh, like your buddy pushed a button, and now you're in this secret room. I'm like, well, how do I get back to my buddy? He goes, go through that door. And I went, all right. So for a while, I was in there by myself, and there was like I went into one room, which was like, I'm going to rip off your ear and put it in my secret brew. And I'm like, oh yeah? You think so? Right on. Sounds good. And then I just laughed in her face and I just went through the door. So yeah, it was hilarious shit. It was pretty hilarious. Vision says, for reals though, I'm probably going to watch, I don't even know, Oppenheimer in the theater tonight. Oh, nice. Nice. Let's see. Nice, Visions. Yeah, I still got a couple of hours before it starts. I'll save Barbie for the weekend. Really? You're going to... Wait, listen, no judging, Visions. I think I'm going to skip Barbie. The only time I ever had to play with Barbie and Ken dolls, I went to my... I have a lot of female cousins on my dad's side. I have one male cousin. And I played with a lot of his toys when we would go to his house. But really, I've got 3 other female cousins on my dad's side. My aunt Donna, she had 1 boy and 3 daughters. So anytime my cousin Steve wasn't around, all my cousins that were girls were like, well, we don't have male toys, John, so you're going to have to play with our Barbies. And I was like, all right, hand me Ken. Let's fucking do this. So yeah. So Fears played with Ken and Barbie back in the day. Only when I had to. But I think I'm going to skip Barbie Visions. But I haven't heard of Oppenheimer. Hopefully that's how you pronounce that word. You know what? Let's watch the trailer. Let's watch the trailer. Let's see if it's worth a watch. Let's watch the trailer. Because I really don't know what it's about. Let's give it a go. Real quick before I close this... By the way, great stream, by the way. Thanks a lot for everybody coming. All right. Let's go to the trailer here. All right. Let's see what this is all about. It's got a cool movie poster. Let's see what it's all about.
This is a national emergency.
Well, just by the music, it's either a sci-fi movie or it's a horror movie. Whenever you hear that kind of creepy music coming in, it's probably one of the two.
Detonator charge.
Oh, no, wait, this is the one that Randall was talking about the atomic bomb. So it isn't a horror movie. Never mind. I'm hilarious. This is the one that Randall was telling me about. Okay. Yep. I know. I know. So it's not a horror movie. I think it's based on a true story. Oh, all right.
And I know what it means. If the Nazis have a bomb.
I have a 12-month head start. 18. How could you possibly know that?
Matt Damon in this. All right.
All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. Secret laboratory.
I do like the main character's fedora. Looks quite nice. By the way, guys, if you guys saw Fears' horrible fedora, I'm in the works to get a better one. You guys have got to see me wear this. I mean, I'll probably wear it at a couple of conventions too. How they thought this Indiana Jones hat was brown. It's not brown. It's fucking tanned. But even though I paid for it, I'll still rock it every once in a while. But I mean, I'm determined now to find the ultimate Indiana Jones hat online. Because I'm wearing it. I'm bringing it on the Lord Visions trip. Because Visions, I have to have a brown fedora if we're going to recreate Fears' favorite scene. Because the Fratelli guy wears the fucking fedora in the classic scene, and Vision's going to play the part of the guy that's like, let go of the handle. I don't have the handle! Open the lock! We have to recreate it, and Fears must have that brown fedora, and I will find it. I don't care what it takes, I'll find it.
It's done. Let's go recruit some scientists. Build a town, build it fast.
This looks pretty good.
Bring their families, we'll never get the best.
Pretty damn good.
Go to the middle of nowhere for who knows how long.
Why? How about because this is the most important thing that ever happened in the history of the world?
You're the great improviser, but this you can't do in your head.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world? Chances are near zero. Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
0 would be nice.
Pretty good. That should be a good one, Visions. That one should be a very good movie. I'm intrigued. I'll probably go see that at some point. It looks good. Plus, you guys know me. I love movies based on true events. So, yeah. But, yeah, Visions, watch this before you go. So, watch Jack Frost 2 so we can talk about this tomorrow. Because you guys know me, Pixel, and Visions. We love talking about cheesy horror movies. Plus, the last couple of weeks, I've took Visions' idea. You know what, Fears? If you tell the audience and the fans what you're going to watch the night before, he goes, they can watch it too the night before, so then they can chime in on the next day when I review it. So I definitely took Vision's advice. So I'm watching this tonight for sure. If I have time, I'm going to watch this. But if not, then I'm going to review this because there's still a couple of matches on here. I watched most of the movie, but then there's some matches of his in the behind the scenes features that I need to watch. They've got his ladder match, Pixel, with they hang the belt from like a rope, and then it was a ladder match between Triple H and The Rock, but I still need to watch. And whoever sets the ladder up, climbs up the ladder, and grabs the belt off the wire wins. So I still need to watch that one. So I'm going to review this tomorrow. And then I'm going to watch this tonight. So I'm probably just going to stick with these, and I'll save American Psycho for another night. But I'll let you guys know when I'm going to watch this one. But I am watching this tonight, so watch this. Jack Frost Part Deuce, The Revenge of the Killer Mutant Snowman. How he exists, well, one, they've already killed him, so, of course, in horror movies, oh, we brought him back to life and shit. You're fucking hilarious. Why not just leave him dead? But they always bring him back to life somehow, some mystical way, they always do. And this time, he goes to a Hawaiian island, a tropical island. It's fucking a snowman in a tropical island. How the hell can he keep his form? Snow melts. Fucking hilarious. I can't wait to watch this. All right. Well, I think we're going to end it there, guys. So it says, let's see. Did you pretend Barbie? Did you pretend it up Barbie when was Ken? That was always fun as a kid. Larry, I don't remember what. I only played with Barbie and Ken when I absolutely had to because my female cousins on my dad's side had no male toys. So, you had to improvise. When in doubt, MacGyver it out. You have to improvise just like MacGyver. So I was like, all right, give me the fucking Ken doll. Let's do this, So, yeah. Will it be busy tonight at work? Hopefully it won't be as... Last night, man, I forgot to tell you guys. Last night, it was a good night at work, but, man, it was busy. It was busy. And I've got to go here soon because it's already 10 o'clock, and I need to get some editing in, and I need to get some sleep because Fears has to be there at 3:45. So I need to go here soon. But it's been a nice, long stream, 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's almost 3 hours. So we hadn't done a long one in quite a while. So, yeah. So I thought, you know what? I'll have a long stream with the fans, hang out, There's a little bit of coffee left. Not much, but a little bit. Anyway. No, Larry, last night it was a lot. We had 48,000. So I was tired. As soon as I got home, I made myself some breakfast, took a shower, ate my breakfast, and I was right to sleep. I got home at like 9, and I slept from 9 to about 3. And then I started the stream at around 7 or 8, something like that. So yeah. Oh, I'm sure we will. Visions, because last night we had a meeting about that. Before I got on the belt and started, I had 3 trucks last night, so it wasn't too bad of a night. The more trucks you get, the more busy you are. So the most trucks I've ever had in one night, they gave me 4 trucks. Around Christmas time, they're like, Fears, we're just preparing you, because they said you're probably going to have 5 or 6 trucks around Christmas time. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, man. I said, at least I'll get a lot of hours in. I've never done 5 or 6 trucks, because you have to quickly scan it, put it in the truck, run out, scan it, put the other one in the next truck, and so on and so forth down the line, so. And I'll be honest, I'm just doing this gig, 1, because it's good money, 2, the last year, this year especially, I'm running out of time. I need to quickly I would love a job I've always had an interest in you guys know Fears loves to travel. I don't care if it's by boat, train, car. I love road trips. I love flying on airplanes. I always thought it would be cool to get some type of airline job. Because 1, they pay hella money. A lot of money. 2, you get free flights. And I've said this from day 1. How cool would it be? Fears does little mini trips on the weekends. My friend Tim works in the airline industry. He does that job where he loads the bags into the bottom of the plane. And he went, Fears, he goes, I make $22 an hour. And I was like, oh shit, that's pretty good, buddy. He goes, yeah. He goes, plus on the weekends, he goes, I just do little mini trips. And so my friend Tim was like, Fears, you should do that. You'll make shitloads of good money. He goes, the benefits are great. He goes, the benefits will take care of you, and if you ever have a family. And I was like, yeah, I've been trying to find a Mrs. Fears, and I said, I do plan, whenever I get married, I do want to be a dad. I want to have some kids, and, the white picket fence and the house and the whole 9 yards, the American dream, And so he's like, yeah, he goes, think of the vlogging opportunities, Fears. I went, I know. I'm like, I just got to get the job first. So I've been applying for, I just applied for, let's see, I found 3 airline jobs, and I applied for them when I was in Missouri. The jobs are not in Missouri. I found them online, and I applied for them, late at night, before I went to bed. So all those are in Florida. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. I hope they call me back. I really do. But Vision says, I heard there's going to be a possible UPS strike. They were talking about it last night at work, Vision. We always have a team meeting before we get going. And I remember my boss said, get ready to get super busy here in about a month or 2, because they said, we're almost positive UPS is going to strike. They said, we're not 100% sure, but they said, we're pretty sure. So I didn't say anything. I just said it in my mind. I'm like, ooh, man. I'm like, there's good news and bad news about that. The good news is I'll get shitloads of hours, and I'll make shitloads more money, and we'll be busy, and that's good. I said, on the other hand, we'll get massacred with boxes, and instead of a 48,000 night, it'll be more like a 70,000 night, which is absolutely insane. So, yeah. So I already know, Visions, for sure we're going to get busier. So anyway, I'm going to skedaddle. But man, oh man, it's been a great stream. Had a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the Fears Man at FearsMan26, the main channel on the old YouTubeage. Follow the second channel, this channel that you're watching right now, Fears Vlogs. And if you get time, check out my old TikToks. I try to make at least 1 or 2 TikToks a week. And it's doing pretty good. So far, I think the last time I looked, I've got 8,283, 84, something like that. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So close to 9,000. We're getting there. We are getting there. So, yeah. Well, normally, Visions, I work 5 days a week. The reason why they cut my hours this week, I only work 4 days this week. I was off Monday. Is because whenever, they always do it before peak season and after peak season. They always hire a bunch of newbies and a bunch of seasonal positions for that extra help. And so I went up to my boss. I thought I was in trouble. And I said, hey, I got a question for you. And he went, right before I asked Visions, he went, well, Fears, let me stop you right there. He goes, is this about your hours? I went, yeah. I'm only working 4 days this week. And he went, Fears, he goes, He goes, you're one of the best workers. He goes, you're always here on time. You've only called off a couple of times when you've had to, when your stomach disease kicked your ass. And I said, yeah. I said, so why would you cut it? I'm just curious. I said, I'm not mad. I like my 5 days. I want to make as much money as possible. I said, I've got bills and stuff. He went, yeah. He goes, you did nothing wrong. He goes, I'll tell you exactly what happened. He goes, it's not just you, Fears. He goes, we had to cut almost. He goes, Fears, I'm a manager. He goes, I got my hours cut. He goes, anytime we hire a bunch of seasonal people and a bunch of newbies, well, they need hours too. So the computer automatically takes hours from other people to give to the newbies so they can be trained. I'm like, so I've done nothing wrong? He goes, no. He goes, you absolutely did nothing wrong. He goes, we didn't even do it as managers. The computer automatically does it in the system. And I'm like, that kind of sucks. I'm like, but he goes, yeah, it does suck, Fears. He goes, but he goes, it's nothing that you did. He goes, Fears, I'm a manager. My hours got cut. He goes, and it's very rare for managers to have their hours get cut. He goes, but he goes, it does happen. And I said, well, how many newbies did you hire? He goes, a lot. He goes, because I've checked on the computers. He goes, we're supposed to be even 10 times busier than we were last time around the holiday season. And peak season is always from September to the middle of January because there's 4 holidays. You got, in this order, you get Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then New Year's. And it is absolutely insane. And we get a $2 bonus when we work the peak season. So let's say like you make $17 an hour. They'll have a team meeting and say, during peak season, we're paying everybody $19 an hour. So I make pretty good money. It's not the best money in the world, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty good. And it's probably the best job I've ever had. I work with amazing people. Never had a problem with any of the managers. Never had a problem with anyone. Like sometimes you work places, everyone's nice except for that one asshole that you have to deal with. Not here. Everyone treats everybody with dignity and respect, and it's a very nice work environment, So yeah. But I'm like you guys, I'm always trying to better myself. So that's why every once in a while I'll look online and go, oh, hey, that airline tyrant, what the hell? I'll apply for it, So yeah. Anyway, Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. Thanks a lot for this awesome stream. It was a lot of fun. As always, it's always a lot of fun hanging out and talking with the fans. I appreciate everything you guys do. The likes, the comments, the views, support on my videos, support on air, off air, online, offline. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. So yeah, I appreciate everyone's views, and you guys are awesome. I love hanging. I have the best loving and loyal fans ever. You guys are awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are the best. All right, time for some shout-outs. Check out my buddy Pixel. Lord Pixel, king of the pylons. That's right. He adds on to those pylons. Pylon after pylon after pylon after pylon. Oh, yeah. Vision says, support Deuce. That's right. Deuceage on the support. And I appreciate that, buddy. Cheers to you. And cheers to your amazing Randall mug. Visions, I'll tell you a quick story. The first time Randall saw this, my friend almost died of laughter. He was like, Fears, where the hell did you get that? I'm like, I didn't get it anywhere. And he goes, did you make that? I'm like, no. I'm like, I didn't make this. He goes, well, where the hell did you get it from? And I was like, Lord Visions. And he went, okay, that makes sense. And Randall lost his mind, Visions, when he saw this. I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, Randall, why wouldn't I have a Randall mug? You're my best buddy. So one of these days, I would love to do a commission and have the best of the Fears facial expressions on a mug. That's another idea, Visions. I've got so many ideas for Lord Vision's website. So far, Visions has only took one of mine. I wish it would make a comeback to the website, though, Visions. The anime bullshit t-shirt must come back. Everybody wants it. You must embrace it. Fuck anime. Support the anime bullshit t-shirt. Support it now. I'm going to have to get a new one because I've gained a little weight. When I got it the first time, I think it was a medium or a large. Now I wear large and extra large. But I've been doing good. I've been losing some weight, so we're getting there. There's no updates, Larry, on Sam. I have not been able to get a hold of that guy. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's been doing. He must be going through something. Sam has never ghosted me. But Sam's kind of one of those guys, if something's bothering him, he'll either tell me what's going on and then he'll be like, hey, I need a couple of weeks to take care of something and then I'll be back. So I know something is desperately wrong because Sam's never ghosted me. And normally, if Sam has to cancel for a hangout or something, he'll be like, hey, Fierce, I know we planned to hang out on such and such day. Hey, man, I'm really sorry. I can't make it. And normally what I say, you guys know I'm the most easiest going guy. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, Sam. I get it. I understand if you're busy. No worries. We'll just plan it for another day. But he promised to take me to the airport. That didn't happen. I tried to call him. I was like, hey, buddy, don't worry about taking me to the airport. I'm like, I can't wait anymore. I'll just get an Uber. I'll get a taxi. And I ended up paying like $80, and I stayed not close to the airport, but it was a really nice airport parking about, I don't know, it was like a 20-minute ride to the airport, so it didn't cost me that much. So I was like, don't worry about it, Sam. So I know he's going through something, but I've tried to call him at least once a week, Larry. I've been trying to give him his own space. He must be going through, I'm thinking either somebody passed away in his family, or something happened to his sister, or something happened to his job, and he's trying to find a new job. I don't know what. If you guys hear anything, let me know, because I'm worried about my buddy Sam. I mean, Sam's a great friend, I just don't know. It's kind of weird. He just, vanished. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I'd like to know. And I know it was nothing I did, because the last time we hung out, it was July 3rd. We went axe throwing, and it was a great time. Me and Sam always take turns, paying for the hangouts, because then Sam doesn't run out of money. I don't run out of money. That's usually what I do with all my friends. I'm like, hey, you got it this time. Next time, it's all on me. So it was Sam's turn. He went, Fierce, he goes, you paid for the last 2 hangouts, because I was kind of strapped for cash. So this time, I've got you for sure. I went, oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. He bought me dinner, and then he bought the axe throwing. It was a great vlog. Everybody loves that vlog. That was the first time I went axe throwing. Everything was perfect. I just don't know what's going on. So, because Randall asked, he goes, Fears, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. He goes, did you do anything to make Sam mad? I said, no, Randall. I said, we got done. I said, he called me on July 4th and wished me happy 4th of July. And then I'm sorry, not July 4th. It was, we hung out the month before. We hung out June 3rd, and he called me on June 4th, and he said, hey, Fears, I checked my schedule. He goes, I'd be more than happy to take you to the airport. He goes, I'll call off work, so you don't have to worry. And I said, oh, Sam, I said, I really appreciate you taking me to the airport, buddy. I said, thanks so much. I said, when I get back, I said, the next hangout's on me. And he goes, do you want to hang out before you go? I said, yeah. I said, we'll figure it out. And they went, cool. That hangout never happened. And then I understood, though. I was like, all right, well, maybe he had to work and stuff, because he's at a new job now. And he's been at that new job for a while now. And the last time I heard, he was doing really good. So excuse me, I didn't think anything of it. All right, well, I guess he can't, hang out. No worries, we'll just hang out when I get back. And then Larry, when it got closer and closer and closer to the trip, I called him a few times and said, hey, but I just want to let you know, are we still on for you taking me to the airport? And I never heard anything, and that's the last time I heard from him, was June 4th. So I'm worried about him. I hope he's okay. I hope he's doing all right. But I know for a fact I didn't do anything. So I just, because we had such a great time at axe throwing. No, he wasn't mad at all, Larry, that I beat him in axe throwing. Sam's a good sport with that. Sam doesn't care whether he wins or loses. Sam's more about, hey, just as long as we have fun. And I wasn't an asshole. I was like, oh, sweet, I won. Awesome. I've fallen in love with axe throwing. I did it in Missouri. I can't wait for you guys to see that footage. And I threw different types of axes. Like the one in Missouri, they had long axes. They had tiny ones, like that tiny. One guy had one of those long fucking massive firefighter axes. He goes, hey, Fears, you want to throw that one? That one was pretty heavy, so I had to step back and do a running charge and throw it over my head like that. That's probably the longest and biggest axe I've ever threw. I almost got a bullseye, Larry, with that. It was pretty close. You'll see it in the vlog. But Sam's always been a good sport about whether we win or lose. Because Sam, he's won me one time in miniature golf. Sam's good at other stuff. I'm good at other stuff. But no, he wouldn't hold a grudge like that. Like Sam, it was like, oh, Fears, I can't believe it. Your first time axe throwing, you won me. Sam came over. He even did it in the vlog. He said, hey, good job, buddy. Or he said something like that in the vlog. And then off camera, he came up, shake my hand. So I know it's not anything like that, Larry. I just haven't heard from him. So I really hope he's okay. But I know something's terribly wrong. Because normally Sam will give me a heads up. So something must have drastically bad happened. And he's just taken some time to figure it all out. So, anyway. But yeah. I really hope he's okay. I've been praying for him, you know. So I really hope he's okay. Because I haven't heard, like, the fans, I even said, hey, if any of you fans hear from Sam, someone told me he has a Discord. He hasn't commented in his Discord for so long. I checked all of his social media because me and Sam follow each other. I know Sam's not mad at me because if Sam was mad, he would take me off of social media. Sam is still following me on all my social media. Every once a week, I check his social media to see if he's posted anything new. He hasn't posted anything new, so I know something's wrong. I just don't know what. So yeah. So I just hope he's all right. Anyway, with that, I'm going to sign off. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Fears Vlogs, FearsMan26. Check out the TikTokage. Check out my buddy Pixel, Lord Pixel, at Pixel Protocol. Check out the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on Twitch. He's always twitching it up or twitching or whatever the hell you young people call it on Twitch. I don't really get Twitch. It's more video game-ish. I guess you can put normal footage on there. I've never tried. He's twitching it up, however you guys do it. Check out my friend Visions. Lord Visions, King of the Goths. Go to www.exhumevisions.com and buy some cool shit. Why? Because Visions is a cool motherfucker. All right. Well, Visions, don't forget to watch this. Everybody else, watch this so you guys can chime in on tomorrow's review. I cannot wait to laugh my ass off at this. A fucking snowman in the Bahamas or the Hawaiian Islands. I'm fucking losing it. It's going to be hilarious. I'm going to lose my mind. It's going to be great. All right. Well, with that, this is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. Fears loves you. Fears cares about you guys.